What is up, my friends? We have Derby Day at Everton. You are very welcome along to today's, watch along really, ladies and gentlemen. The Reds travel to the Hill Dickinson, the first game at Everton's new stadium for Arne Slot's boys. The team news is in. We'll run through it for you momentarily. As always, I hope you had a lovely weekend. Thanks for joining me. Fair to say this is a huge game for us in the season. With Chelsea losing yesterday to United, we have a chance to really put a gap between us and the chasing pack. So let's hope we can get the job done. The team news is in. It is, as you can see it on screen. We believe it'll be Dominic Szoboszlai at right back, Andy Robertson at left back, Georgie Mamardashvili in goal. Then it's going to be Ibrahim Kanate and Virgil van Dijk. Ryan Gravenberch and Curtis Jones in midfield with Wirtz just ahead. On the left side, Cody Gakpo. Right side, Mohamed Salah. Through the centre, Isak. But I guess the frustrating or maybe surprising part is no Rio in the starting 11. So let's go through and try and figure out what that means together. Colin, how are you, mate? First super chat of the day, nice and early before we even went live. Thank you, Colin. Said, it's up to the Liverpool players to stamp their authority on the game. Would be great for Liverpool to win at Everton's new ground and progress for the Champions League position. It would. It'd be lovely. Fingers crossed we can do it. Look, I don't know how to feel about the team because I don't know what to expect with regards to the performance. So, disappointed that there's no Rio, obviously, but we now know. We now know the 11, so we can work from that. Let me run through the bench for you as well, just in case you haven't seen that one yet, folks. It's Freddie Woodman, Armin Petchy, so you'll be delighted to know 2 goalkeepers on there, just in case you were worrying. After that, it's Milos Kerkez, then Maka, Chiesa, Frimpong, Nioni, and Rio Ngamoa. So obviously no Jeremy Frimpong in the matchday 11 at all, which is surprising, frustrating. I don't know. We knew Joe Gomez was going to be available. Arne did confirm that one during the week, but no Frimpong in there either. So, yeah. Let us know how you feel. Not really sure what to expect in this one. You know, Everton have a lot to play for themselves with Chelsea losing yesterday. Let me just double check this. I just want to make sure I've got the league table right. With Chelsea losing yesterday, that really does open up the opportunities for Everton this season to get themselves some European football, right? Let me just quickly have a quick look at this league table. Just something was playing in my mind. 40, 50. So yeah, as suspected, Everton could go up into 6th place today with a win. They could overtake Chelsea. So they've certainly got a lot on the line for this one. I mean, if we're saying Chelsea are in the fight for Champions League football, well, if Everton won today, they'd be in that fight as well. For Liverpool, a win today, and we know we can put some distance between us and the chasing pack, which is, yeah. I can see loads of super chats coming in trying to wind me up about supporting the manager. Just keep sending the money, lads. Your super chat's not going up on screen, but by all means, keep sending me the money and I'll keep supporting the team however I want. I love this. Free money to start the day. Please keep it coming in, especially from all these dodgy accounts that nobody's ever seen before that are clearly set up just to troll me. Now, the funny part is that you guys in the comments were saying, I can't believe you have this many followers, you're so negative. And then here's you spreading negativity. The irony of it isn't lost on me. But like I've said before, you just keep sending that money and I'll just keep finding ways to spend it. Does that sound good? Because it definitely works for me. So thank you for all the free money. I really do appreciate it, as will the kids. I might treat the young lad to, I don't know, maybe a new game for his PlayStation, something like that. All this free money, it's just, I don't know what to do with it. So yeah, keep coming. And I'll keep smiling. Win-win. Hopefully we win today, though, because that's the big prize on offer. And stop using Shankly quotes to suit your agenda and twist your agenda, by the way, because for your silly Shankly quotes, I have 5 or 6 in the other direction. And Shankly, well, he can't see here to call your bullshit out. So, you know, I'll try and defend him on his behalf. Right, lady. And by the way, like I've said before, it is so funny that you guys claim to hate me, but there you are. Craig turns around and you're there, right in front of him, throwing money out. I'm basically like a stripper at this point, you know. I might wear a G-string on next time so it can give you somewhere to just put them dollar bills in, you know. It's great. It's great. Great start to the weekend for me. I was worried. I was thinking, Craig, will you be able to afford fuel in this fuel crisis? And then I come on here and there's just free money being given away. So yeah, do keep it coming because all the people that are winning in here is sitting right in this chair. Win-win. Right, 2 keepers and 1 less sub. Slot hates the youth. It is absolutely extraordinary that we have 2 goalkeepers on the bench away against Everton. It's extraordinary. Honestly, it is. But we'll look back on this time as Liverpool fans and really just question what on earth was happening. You know, what on earth is happening? Truth is, it's all about the result today. No more, no less. Hopefully, we can put a performance in. We know it's not going to be easy. We know Everton are going to be up for it. As I said, they've got European football in their own eyesight, so let's hope we can quieten them down a little bit. They're going to be fully prepared for this one. The place is going to be absolutely rocking, so there's going to be no gimmies today. We're going to have to earn any points that we do get. I really hope Slot is out next season. Hope you're well. Now, Bransfield, stop with the negativity. I don't know how you're able to be part of this community with all the negativity about the manager, sir. Shame on you. Shankly would have told you to go fuck yourself. Joking, mate, joking. Much love to you and your dad as always. And yeah, look, all I have left is sarcasm, my man. That's all I have left for this season. So, look, I sat here yesterday on my day off and I really just processed a load of stuff and I just thought, it is what it is, Craigo. It is what it is. Nothing you can do about it between now and the weekend. Frimpong is on the bench, is he? Was he on my 11? Oh, he was. You're right. My apologies. He was on the bench. I missed it on the bench. My apologies. That is my bad. Thank you for filling me in on that one. He is on the bench. Sorry. So it's Kirkes, McAllister, Chiesa, Woodman, Frimpong, Pecci, Trey Morris, Leone, and Rio. So yeah, my apologies. Frimpong is on the bench. But why isn't he starting? That's actually more, weirdly, in my warped mind, that's more confusing to me than him starting. Why is he on the bench? Surely he must be carrying something. I don't know. Look, I've given up trying to figure this one out. Really, I've given up trying to figure out team selections this season. Personally, I wouldn't even have gone with Isak from the start today. As you've probably seen in my build-up during the week, I think Isak would be more impactful given him the last 30 rather than, let's say, the first hour. I'd rather see him up against some tired legs of those defenders, but look, it is what it is. He's made the team selection. Now, all we can hope for, of course, is that the performance is there. How do we add you on WhatsApp? Scan the QR code. No, actually, not the QR code on the screen now. My apologies. Use the link in the description, and that'll bring you into the Anfield Agenda WhatsApp. So yeah, it's in the description, Spartan. Just have a little look, and it should be there. I'll get Connor to post the link into the chat now in a minute as well. If you could, we'd love to see you in the WhatsApp, and thank you to everyone that has joined us. We're over 19,000 strong now in the Anfield Agenda WhatsApp. Craig, stay as you are, doing great. I've no intention of doing anything else but being me. These people just make me laugh at this point. Don't worry about them. It is what it is. Like, imagine sitting there, right? This is what happened in their day today. So they got up at whatever time they got up at today. They sat there, they seen that we were doing a watch along, and they waited. They waited and waited and waited. Then they spent their money not once, but twice, and waited and waited. And unfortunately, the comment didn't even get read out. It's really sad. That's their day. That's what they set up for. I just knock it away and just keep on carrying on and smiling because it means nothing to me other than free money. So I wish I could get up every day and people would just throw money at me for nothing. So don't worry about it, man. It is all good. It's all good. These people aren't Liverpool fans. And if they are Liverpool fans, how they can defend the indefensibles is, again, that's a bigger problem. But it is what it is. I'm used to it at this point. Don't listen to the haters, Craig. Look, it's all good. Everyone's entitled to have a say, like I've said before. It is what it is, my man. I'm here today to hopefully see the Reds get some points and find a little bit of happiness because it's been a tough couple of weeks for us as Liverpool fans. PSG games obviously didn't go the way we wanted. The FA Cup game against Manchester City again, not so great. So fingers crossed today we can turn it around. Dom at right back again. Joke of a manager. I hate it. I do. I hate it. I'd like to understand if this was a decision based off injury or Frimpong feeling something, or if it was just Slot tinkering with the team again. I'm sure we'll find out as the game goes on. Buy your kids a new PS5 even when they have already got one. Okay, to troll the trolls. Oh, there's two PS5s in my house, mate. It's not just one, there's two. So if I buy one of them a game, we'll probably have to buy the other one a game as well. And then maybe the arcade machine in the office, I might have to stick another game on that as well. It is tough having all these decisions to make on how to spend the trolls' money, but no better boyo to figure that out than me, I promise you that. If there's one person on this planet that can spend money frivolously, it's this guy here. Thank God Salah and Robbo are starting, said Chasing Vlogs. Yeah, I really do agree with starting Robbo in this one. I think it makes a lot of sense. It'll be his last derby. He knows what it's all about. He will be a little bit less rash, I would imagine, in the opening phases as maybe Kirkes would be. So I'm fully behind the idea to start Andy Robertson in this one. I think it's a sensible play. On the other side, though, really confusing on the Frimpong situation, but maybe he feels something, or maybe Arne just genuinely thinks this is a game where he needs somebody a bit, I guess, a bit less gung-ho. Maybe he wants Szoboszlai to play in that kind of Trent-esque role where he shifts into add an extra body into midfield, and maybe Robertson then shifts across and we have a back three going forward, something like that. But we'll figure it out as the game goes on. The Wonder Man, how are you, my friend? Said, good afternoon, Craig. He didn't start Rio. I know. Now, I was watching a few debates about the whole starting of Rio Ingamoa. I was watching a few pundits talking about this one. It is a big game if you're going to start him in. Fair enough. Like, it is away against Everton, so the atmosphere is going to be tasty in there. So I guess you could look at it one of two ways. Either the manager wants to try to protect the younger player, or he doesn't think he's ready yet. One or the other. Look, in a normal season, I think I could understand the manager not starting Rio on the left. In a normal season. But the way this season has gone, the way we're really lacking in people who are taking their chances, particularly in front of goal, I think it would have made sense to start Rio. But he's gone for the pragmatic approach by the looks of it, and we'll see if it works out. Are you going to write this every week? Are you going to write this every week? I hope for your sake they sack Slaw. Dickhead, it ain't on me if they sack the manager or not. It's got nothing to do with me. And my reputation's on the line. Why? Because you said it's on the line. Oh no. What will I do? Some no-mark I've never met on the internet said my reputation's on the line. And what if they do sack him? Then what? Do I get a parade? I'd love a parade. Could I be the marshal of my own parade? I'll be the front, the back, and the marshal. Does that work? It worked for me. And can I have the parade in my hometown as well? Because I don't really want to travel. So if we could have that Craig Was Right parade here. All set to t-shirts. All sorts of t-shirts out. I've always wanted to fire a t-shirt cannon into a crowd. That seems like a lot of fun. So, yeah. And look, I tell you what. If he doesn't go, we can fire me off in the cannon. It'd have to be a big cannon, though. Because, you know. If you're a real Liverpool fan, you confront people like McCullough and Trey. Why would I confront people if I'm a real Liverpool fan? And by the way, if you knew anything about me, I've already had a little ta-ta-ta with Adam McCullough in the past on 888 Sport. If you knew anything about the old Craigo, you might know that one. So, and I'm not on X, so why would I argue with a faceless Twitter account? Really is a fucking weird state you're in. Whether I'm a Liverpool fan, whether I'm a Coventry City fan, whether I'm a Yarmah fan, it doesn't matter to you, mate. Let me worry about me. You just keep sending the free money. This is brilliant. This is a great start to the day. I wasn't expecting so many free super chats this early. So thank you on that one. I don't need to prove myself to anybody, bro. Let alone McCullough, who, let's be honest, I'm not really arsed about. Why would I defend myself? I don't even know McCullough on a personal level. I've met him twice. Don't pay attention to Anthony has to say. Don't have Anthony for or against him, but you really are weird. Like, get help, please. Get help, or come around to my house so we can sort it out in person. But, you know, I can just give you my bank account if it's easier for you. You can just transfer the money straight into that. That way YouTube don't have to take a cut, and, you know, we can all benefit from that, really, can't we? For the 248th time, said Mark, we face the pesky Blue Noses. We do. Feel like Isak and Gakpo Hugo are better fits. Rio Isak, excuse me, and Gakpo Hugo are better fits. It's really tough to know the situation with Isak in particular, because obviously we haven't seen that much of him this season. So it's hard to really know what understanding he has with which players yet. I do hope that we start to find that understanding, because that's, of course, going to be important moving forward. But look, I really don't understand starting Isak today. It just doesn't make sense to me, especially with knowing that he can't do the full 90. So he's gone for the idea of a fast start with playing Isak, and we don't usually have fast starts in us. So, like I said, for me, it would have made a lot of sense to bring Isak on when legs are flagging, defenders are a little bit more tired, maybe there's a bit more space for him to operate in. Irvin said, we need a big game from Florian Wirtz. Yes, we're kind of probably due one of them, to be fair. Yeah, we probably are due a big game from Wirtz. And look, be lovely if he could do it today. Merseyside derby feels like a great day to step on up. Right, let's have a look at the Everton team. We haven't gone through that one yet. So it's Jordan Pickford, Jake O'Brien, James Tarkowski, Branthwaite, Mialenko. Then it's Idrissa Gana Gay, James Garner, Dwight McNeil, Dewsbury Hall, Iliman Ndiaye, and Beto. That is the 11 that David Moyes has put out. Craig can't anymore with this. The club is clearly rotten. Managers trash. Players clearly aren't playing for him. So deflated right now. See, this is what gets me about the super chats at the start, that were like slagging me off, calling me a fake fan. No one's happy right now, so we don't know what they expect. Yeah, that's the situation right across the fan base, mate. Nobody's really happy with the way things have gone this season. Nobody, yeah. It's just, it is what it is. I'm kind of the mindset, mate, where I'm just trying to get through the season and get a mental reset in the summer and see what happens, because it hasn't been one that's filled us all full of excitement for the future. I want to just talk about something Arna said, actually. I want to read out the exact comment, because I want to get your opinion on it, but bear with me. So this is what Arna said in his presser that has me really confused. He said, just compare us with the start of the season and where we are now. Compare the players we've signed with the start of the season and where we are now. I see a difference in a positive way. And I thought about this yesterday quite a bit. I don't know where he's coming from. Like, we won the first 5 games of the season, right? And I know he's probably talking more about the September, October, November kind of time where the wheels did start to come off. But I don't know where he's getting the positivity that things have gotten better. They haven't. We have 1 win in 5. You know, he's definitely at this point where he thinks if he says something enough, the rest of us are just going to nod along with him. And he's wrong on it. You know, we haven't had an improvement as the season's gone on. I don't know, honestly, where he's getting that from. But I'm not going to fall for it. And he can repeat it into the world as much as he wants. He can talk about being a trading club as much as he wants. Nobody's going to fall for it. They're just empty words at this point. The only thing that counts now is the results. That's it. And the results, they aren't going your way, Arna. 1 win in 5. You can try and glaze that however you want, but it's 1 win in 5. Daniel. What's this one? So, Adam Rowe, great comedian, great scouser, had this to say after Arna's frustration, or Arna's waffle. He said, I think if he came out and said, we're way, way off, there's a reason for it, but I'm going to do everything I can to make sure next season's a lot better than this one. It's all about playing whatever shite we have to do to get top 5. People can live with that. But he said this is why a lot of people want him gone. We can all accept a bad season. It happens. And with the injuries and serious personal issues the squad have, it's forgivable. Sitting there pretending there's been progress, we can all see there hasn't, that's not forgivable. Exactly. Spot on. Simple from Adam Rowe, but spot on. There is no progress to be had, Arna. You've just invented it. But, like Adam said, we can understand a poor season, but don't tell us what we're looking at with our own eyes is progress, because it isn't. Craig, have you seen the Wharton links? He'd be incredible for us. I know he's not a traditional CDM, but hopefully we can add Diamonde as well. Much love. Yeah, the Wharton links really start to, I guess, ramp up over the last 48 hours. I'll be doing a late night agenda tonight, so we can talk about the Wharton links in more detail then. But it makes sense, right? We thought even when there wasn't really strong links with Wharton, we always said between us and the chats on here, sensible play for Liverpool. You know, Premier League proven. Maybe they can go out. Palace can still get some European football if they win the Conference League. And that might be a good way for then Wharton and maybe one or two of those other Palace players to move on. There was talk last January that if he didn't sign a new deal, 60, 65 million would be a number that he could go for this summer. So let's wait and see. When Slot travels, he keeps a framed picture of Gakpo to put beside his bed. I want to just correct you a little bit on that one, Aaron. You're very, very much 20th century thinking there, bro. What he has, and I have this on good authority from the guy at the back of my brain, he has one of those digital photo frames so we can see different versions of Gakpo depending on the humour he's in. Sometimes he likes a playful Cody, you know, running through the meadows, chasing each other. You know, that kind of vibe. Sometimes he likes that. Sometimes he wants a thoughtful Cody, you know? So it's not, you're a bit 20th century and you're thinking there, bro, you know, be a bit more digitized, you know, and the boomer is telling you to do that. So, you know what I mean? Appreciate you, Aaron. As always, my man. Appreciate you. Thoughts on... How could you not love me, by the way? Who are these fucking idiots in the comments at the start? I'm brilliant. It's about time you realise that. I am to football what, I guess, Dave Chappelle is to comedy. You know, without me, the football landscape of fandom would be a lot less interesting. Let's be honest with it. So, you're welcome, is what I'm trying to say in a roundabout way to all the people out there that are Craig curious, but just it hasn't dawned on them yet. It's okay. We'll get there together. Uncle Craigo got you. Thoughts on Don playing right back, Craig? Hope you're enjoying this sunny Sunday. I hate it. There's been too many times this season where just because we can do something doesn't mean we have to. And Dom isn't a right back. And this mad scenario that Arna has invented in his own brain about Dom being the best right back of the non-best right back, or the non-right backs, it's a weird one, but I don't like it. Because too many times this season we've seen players played out of position. And Dom has been sacrificed way too often. So yeah, not a fan of it. Peter said, hey Craig, just want to say I love you, man. Brother love from me. I'm very nervous today. Sorry, Peter, I can't accept your love. I only have room in the heart right now for hate, mate. Jokes aside, Peter, thank you, man. Appreciate you. And brotherly love right back to you, bro. Thank you. Our community is awesome, dude. And, you know, they make me smile and laugh on a daily basis. And it's a pleasure to have you as part of it, Peter. So thank you, my man. Craig just turned 18 and I had my first pub crawl. Well, Bransfield, my man, I'm 44 and I have a hangover just thinking about your pub crawl. Enjoy these years. I'm telling you, dude, enjoy every one of them. Because when you get to like 30, 35, hangovers become a 2-3 day event. So you enjoy being able to go out in the lash now at 18, get up the next day and still carry about your life. Because it gets worse. It gets to be, it's on the sofa first, then you're all right in the evening. Then you get to your mid-30s and then it's like, well, I best write the whole day off after I have a couple of drinks. And then it's, you know, it's getting into 2-day territory for me at this point if I have a drink. So enjoy it. But most importantly, happy birthday to you, my friend. Sending you love over to Sweden. Who's hating on it? Oh, look, you've got another account. Oh, you've got another faceless account with another weird kind of name to it. People like you deserve Darwin as their striker. People like me deserve the world, bro. They deserve the world and everything that's in it. But thanks for telling me I deserve a 75 million quid striker. That's kind of hitting me right in the feels, dude. It's all good. And who's hating on Isak? How is saying he's not fit hating on him? It's a very weird statement. It's a factual statement to say he's not match fit. Hence the reason he can't play 90 minutes. So, in your warped little brain, me saying he should play the last half hour instead of the first hour is hating on him. You don't understand football much, do you? Just leave it to the adults in the room to talk about the sport that you don't understand. But it's okay, mate. I'm here to help. I love you, Craig. Thank you. You'd be surprised, actually, the amount of people who make that spelling mistake of my name and call me Greg. I always get confused by it because I used to just think it was a misprint or somebody mistyped, but it actually happens quite often that people spell it with a G. I love being here with you and all Liverpool to beat Everton 3-1. Phil, if we beat Everton 3-1, mate, we'll be having a fun evening tonight. That would be a very welcome victory, my man. And thank you so much for being with us, Phil. Appreciate you. Are Redmen TV on the club's payroll? Can't stand them. I don't know. Don't know much about the goings on at Redmen TV. All I know is that each and every week we whoop their ass. That's all I can tell you. Up to them to answer that question for you. But all I can tell you is I used to look up. Now I have to look down. Enough said. Want Everton to win, but I'm a fan of yours. So when they do lose, get yourself some crisps, lad. Thank you, Roy. I don't know what to expect today, mate. I really don't. I don't know. I don't know what way this game is going to go. I do know that Everton are going to be up for it. And I do know that result yesterday for United, whilst it does benefit us, it also gives Everton added incentive now. Because if they were to win today, they go above Chelsea. And let's be honest, that's an incredible achievement if Everton do that. So, obviously I hope we stop them. And I hope that we can extend the gap on the chase and pack. But there's a lot to play for today. And not just from our perspective. So it'll be interesting to see how both sides go about it. Need a win today. Love you, my friend Craig. Right back at you, Liz. Love to you, Ian, and the family as always, my friend. Hopefully there are good days ahead for you all. What time is the match? 2 o'clock, Canelo. 2 o'clock, mate. 2 o'clock she starts. Right. Anfield Review Pod said, Craig, Anfield Agenda is everything. I tried to replicate to some extent on my channel. Craig's a genuine guy and honesty's refreshing. That's all I have, mate. I know I don't have much by way of super in-depth philosophical knowledge to drop on the world, but a bit of football chat, bit of a laugh. That's about as much as I can extend to. So, yeah, fingers crossed today. Look, we need something to smile about, don't we? It's been a long, tough season for us so far. Not too many nights to cheer about. We got to end this season with a positive push, hopefully. So, yeah, 3 points today would be lovely. And it would go a long way. It really would. 3 points today, Derby Day, would definitely up morale. Between now and the end of the season, we're pretty much into that one game a week territory now. So, the lads should be able to recover. The tactics should be able to be worked on in more depth. A couple of more days off for a little jolly ups down to London. And, away we go. Can you say hi to Kim and Jay in Tattoo Studio? Yes, Kim, Jay. Enjoy. I always find getting tattoos quite relaxing. It's been a minute. Do you know what? It's probably been over 10 years now since I've last got a tattoo on. But yeah, best of luck to you guys today, and hope you're happy with your tattoos when you're finished. Would you sell AA shirts or the kits that you sponsor? We were thinking about getting some Anfield Agenda shirts made up. Yes, we were talking with the same company that made the shirt, Joma. We were talking with them about some shirts at one point. Maybe revisit it down the line. It's definitely something I want to do. Of all the merchandise that we might eventually do down the line, that's the one. That's the one that I've always said I'd love to do is the football shirt. I have an idea for like a little kind of gift box thing that the shirt will be in with a couple of other little trinkets and stuff. So you never say never. John, always a pleasure, Mr. Edinger. Hope you're well. Said, hey, Craig and Connor, I think FSG is totally blind if this team in blue wins and everything goes ahead of us and goes into the Champions League while we hold on to slot. Well, Everton won't go ahead of us today, but they would close the gap if they get this win. What was it again? If they won today, they're a point behind us, is it? What are we on? 52. Everton, where's Everton? 40. They'd be 2 points behind us if they win today. But they would overtake Chelsea, if my memory's right in that one. Yes, they would. They'd overtake Chelsea. They'd overtake Brentford. They'd overtake Bournemouth. They'd overtake Brighton. And it would push them right in the mix for European football. But obviously, we hope that doesn't happen. Which profile of right back would you like to see us buy? It's a really good question, that. Which profile? I guess it depends if we're going to sell Connor Bradley. If we're going to sell Connor Bradley, a young one. If we're going to keep Connor Bradley or loan him out, then maybe somebody in the 26, 27 age category. We've been linked quite extensively to that Salai, is that his name? The Galatasaray right back, the Hungarian guy. We were linked to him quite a bit. But honestly, of all the positions I've thought about, right back's probably the one that I haven't given much thought to, because we don't have a clear picture yet of exactly what's going to happen in that area of the pitch. Denmark in the house. Hofmeister, how are we, mate? Welcome in. Lovely to have you. Andy Ballard said, I'm surprised Will Wright hasn't been called into the matchday squad from the 21s for the rest of the season. Yeah, it is a bit strange, all right. It's a bit strange that we don't have more players on the bench. 2 goalkeepers again. I mean, so unnecessary to have 2 keepers away from home in a league game. Do we know who the officials are going to be? Yeah, I had it in my preview notes. 1 second. I'll give it to you now, mate. 1 sec. I think I still have it here somewhere. Yeah, here we go. So the officials for today, the referee is Chris Kavanagh. His assistants are Dan Cook and James Mainwaring. The 4th officials, Andy Madley. VAR is Paul Howard, and VAR assistant is Sean Massey Ellis. So they are the officials for the day. Chris Kavanagh, the man in the middle. John said, hey Craig, greetings from Sweden from a United fan. You're right about you being brilliant. Thank you, I'll take it. But you're wrong about Slot. You must give him a 5-year contract. Much love and keep up the good work. If I was in your shoes, I'd definitely be urging us to give him a 5-year contract as well, mate. Yeah, good win for you guys yesterday, by the way. I watched that game. It was, it was proven pretty much what I said about a lot of those Chelsea players, that they're not up to the job, really. Cole Palmer is he's hyped up way too much for me. He's nowhere near the level of hype that he gets quality wise. But yeah, look, I daren't even think about Arnestein in the summer, mate. I can't bring myself to really believe it's going to happen. So let's just wait and see. What's your score prediction? David said 1-1. Yeah, 1-1. I think a score draw is. Look, I have to caveat that by saying, can we win it? Yes, of course we can. Can Everton win it? Yeah. It is one of those games that any result really is on the table. So, for me, a score draw feels about right, but let's wait and see. And we have that wiggle room to some extent. We can't really afford to lose this game, with the chase and pack. But we also have some tough fixtures coming up, right? We've got Chelsea, we've got Villa, we've got United. So we got to get these points on the board as quickly as we can. John said Cole Palmer has dropped a lot. I've never understood the hype he gets for the actual amount of times he shows up. I feel like there are more impactful players that don't get as much of a shout as Cole Palmer. We can all score penalties and give it this bollocks, but when it comes time to show up, he doesn't look fussed, does he? Palace are a bogey team for us too, don't forget. Oh yeah, you're right about that. They've I'm sick of the sight of Palace, to be honest with you, under Glasner. Do you think Isak gets 45 minutes, then Gakpo goes through the middle with Rio on the wing? Maybe, Shane. Yeah, it's a decent shout. But again, I don't understand why you wouldn't flip that and give Isak the second 45. Because by playing Isak from the start, like, you're admitting that's one change you have to make. That's one of your substitutions gone no matter what, because he's not going to be able to do 90. So it just feels weird that he's starting the game. You could get a full 90 out of Rio, so why not give it to him? And what have we got to hold ourselves back for at this point? The league is the only competition we're left in. I just joked with myself he would play Dom right back. Well, there you go, Ian. Your joke turned into reality, and it's at first I glanced and I didn't see Frimpong's name, but I thought, oh, he's injured or something. But then one of the lads pointed out to me, Craig, you just missed him. He is on the bench, so bit of a weird one that he's available to be on the bench, but not starting the game at right back. And again, like you said, we're shoehorning another player into right back. Lolly said, where could I watch the game? It's on Sky Sports main event for me anyway, Lolly. That's what I'm watching it on. Sky have all the Sunday 2 p.m. games these days, which is actually quite cool. So yeah, for me, I'll be watching it on Sky Sports main event. Yeah, don't know where else it's on actually, to be honest, Lolly. This is Dom's 100th appearance, said that meme guy. Nice. And of course, it's Mohamed Salah's last Merseyside derby as well, so hoping for a big game for Mo today. What I would rather, Champions League, but another season with Slot or Europa League. What a different manager, better than Slot. That's the conundrum, Lucas, that we all feel. You know, we want Champions League football, but and that's the really frustrating thing for us this season as fans is that we almost have to have a mindset of you want to win, but there's going to be consequences for winning in a non-positive way. It's a strange mental place to be in as a fan. Right. Don't forget today, ladies and gents, as you can see, we're brought to you with thanks to our friends at Huel. You can get yourself 10% off, £10 off your first order at Huel with using the code AA10 at checkout. And thank you to those guys for their support. We'll be playing you a little exclusive ad reel in a while. So, yeah, keep an eye out for it. We'll be dropping that ad just a couple of minutes before the match kicks off. And, of course, appreciate any feedback. Craig, by the way, do you think the club has a clear long-term vision? Well, I don't see how I can answer that in the affirmative. Because, one, we don't really know where we're at with the manager. Let's play along and say that, yes, let's say he stays one more year. That's still not a clear club vision because at the end of that year, his contract's up. Then you add into the mix the sporting director and Michael Edwards, and their contract's been up in a year. Then you add into the mix Van Dijk and Alisson. Their contract's been up in a year. There's a lot of upheaval. So no, I don't think there's a clear long-term strategy for the club. If there was, we wouldn't have such a churn of personnel, especially from the executive side. Feel like it's absolutely right to play Jones in this one though today. I think that is definitely the right decision. Of any game in the season where you think of playing Jones, a derby's probably the right one. If I was to debate McCullough and Trey, they would cook me. Mate, I've already debated McCullough. Did we not hear about this? I've told you before. It's there. It's on the 888 Sport. Go look at it. It's not too hard. McCullough is easy to rip apart, as would Trey and as would anybody else. I don't have to worry about going on there because I don't need to go on any other things. I have my kingdom right here. My opinions are watched by millions of people every week. So you can there knock one out to McCullough if you want, mate. Whatever floats your boat. But again, cheers for the free money. And it's very telling that all these accounts have a very similar name. So, like I said, thanks for the money, but let me worry about me and you worry about you. Feel good? Sounds good to me. And by the way, when you're not coming out to McCullough, do you use a sock? Or do you have like a McCullough wank tissue or face cloth that you use? I'm not really sure about Trey because, in all honesty, I don't know who Trey is. Didn't want to be rude to Trey because, I don't know who the fuck he is. So, can't really talk about your masturbation habits in that regard because I don't know if Trey's worth not coming out for or not. I'll let you be the judge of that one. I'll just have a little Kermit sip of coffee here. Medusa Cascade. Good luck for today, Craig. If Slot leaves, please feel free to take Eddie Howe off our hands. Do you really are they that unhappy with Eddie Howe? Like, I know results. What are Newcastle 14th or something? I think at the minute. Iriola would be a decent shout if you were to get rid of Howe. Just keep that conveyor belt coming from Bournemouth. But yeah, you're really not unhappy with him. Don't really know what's happening at Newcastle this season, to be honest. But I can understand Newcastle fans' frustration with the league position. This is cup of coffee number 2 of the day, so we're nearly got the brain functioning. We're nearly there. True Geordie is very how out. Anything I hear from him sounds almost exactly like what we say about Slaw. I haven't been in contact with Brian in a little bit, but Brian, Medusa there, they would watch Newcastle a lot more than me. So, look, I like Eddie Howe personally as a coach, and he always comes across as a good guy. But the whole Newcastle project is an interesting one because it's kind of been a little bit hit and miss, hasn't it? And again, it looks like there's a few players that want out of there this summer. But from what I can understand, at least what I read on Sky, he's been given some assurances about his future, Eddie Howe. But again, is that the doomed backing of the board kind of scenario? I don't really know. Do. Craig, I'm talking to you. I'm serious. Do want that smoke? Do want that smoke? That's the sentence. You're trying to sound hard with do want that smoke. Let me put it in a way that you might understand. Do want that slap? Do want that smoke? Mate, are we 5 here in the playground? My dad batter your dad kind of scenario. Just shut up. The fucking front door's there. Open it, come in, say what you want to say, and fuck off. Oh, do want smoke? It's okay, dude. I has smoke. I'm good. Do want teaching? Do want an education? Do want to learn how to construct a sentence? Some weird people today. Yeah, there really is, but I'm ready for it. I've had a day off, so I'm relaxed and ready. So yeah, I'm good. I feel like if I'm gonna get angry about something today, it's most likely gonna be what happens on the pitch. So let's wait and see. Hopefully, the lads today do want smoke, because if they don't want smoke, then we're up shit creek. Now I have a song in my head. I can't get the song out of my head. Anyway, we move on, ladies and gentlemen. We move on. Do one smoke. I'm serious. Do one smoke. Craig one smoke. Will bad grammar or a poor performance anger you today? Probably both. Probably both, mate. Look, we need a good performance. There's no room anymore. There's no kicking the can down the road and saying, well, we have this game coming up. We had the FA Cup game, no reaction. Home and away against PSG, no reaction. Merseyside derby, well, we're running out of chances for them to really step up. So fingers crossed they can do it today. It's going to be difficult because Everton are going to be well prepared for this one. Everton do want smoke. Luke said not happy with that lineup, mate. Yeah, it's not how I would have lined up either. But look, at this stage, I've kind of given up trying to second guess what Aaron is going to do with the team selection. So, I just hope Dominic Szoboszlai can still have an impact on the game. I don't like him constantly being shoehorned into right back. I know Gomez isn't available. I don't really know if Frimpong is an injury concern or it's a tactical thing. But it is what it is, I guess. We're just going to have to plow on through. Gaming guys, how are you? How's Craig? It's going. How's it going this week and now? It's been a bit of a weird week, guys. To be honest with you, mate, but I'm all right to this point. My prediction will be a draw and 5 points away from United. A draw is probably where I'm at as well, guys. In all honesty, I did a score draw on my prediction. I think that's where it's at. But today, as Connor said there in the chat, if we do If we do win, which is a big task, I know, but if we do, I think that's top five for us, pretty much sorted. I don't see us letting slip that many points. What is it? Would be 5 points clear of the next place team, something like that. I can't see us letting that slip over the last 5 or 6 games. So, yeah, I'm hoping, but again, not really sure what to expect. Do I like gardening? I'll tell you how much I like gardening. I don't have any grass left because I've concreted it all and put slabs down. So that tells you how much I like gardening. No, I hate it. I hate it. I think it's because some of my chores when I was a kid, I was ironing, cutting the grass, and it's just things I don't want to do anymore as an adult. So yeah, we got rid of any grass that we have. We have a little bank at the end of our garden that's like a slope that has some grass on it. But apart from that, no grass in my life until about 11 o'clock at night. When am I coming to Canada? September. Yeah, September. Really, really excited about it, Darren. Heading over with the family. We're doing I did about 4 nights in Toronto City Centre. Then we're doing 3 nights in Niagara, and we're doing 3 nights at one of Sabrina's relatives as well. So yeah, super excited. Can't wait. Haven't been over to Canada now for be 21 years. Yeah, my daughter turns 22 in May. We were over there for her first birthday when she was obviously 1, surprisingly enough. But yeah, haven't been over since. So super excited. Cannot wait. My son's never been to Canada, so really excited to show him and bring him down to Niagara Falls. We've got a helicopter tour booked to fly over Niagara Falls and a few other bits and pieces. So yeah, really excited. Can't wait. Can't wait to get over to Canada and catch up. May 3rd is the decider. Liverpool versus United. I don't think that's a decider, guys. Honestly, I think at that point, May both of our you guys are pretty secure now in Champions League football. I think you've got that in the bag now. For us, that'll just be a game where we want to get back some credibility into the season. I was at the match at Anfield when you guys won 2-1, and wasn't happy one bit with how we played that day, let alone the fact that Mbromo scored in 62, 63 seconds. So yeah, I think by that point we'll probably both be safely tucked up in the Champions League spots. Do you want Wharton? Yes, I do. I think Wharton would be a very good acquisition for us. Also, the homegrown aspect is something we can't just ignore as well. So yeah, I do, but for the right price. Where can we watch that debate with Macaulay? I think it'll be on 888 Sports Socials, but you'd have to go back. I mean, I was in like my second year doing content, something like that. So we are talking about 7 years ago. It was, I can't remember which parts were on camera and which parts were off, but we debated, like, he said Jordan Henderson was the worst ever captain that would win a Premier League title or could lift a Premier League title. And I said, you say that with a straight face with Wes Brown having lifted, the trophy with United. And there's a few other bits, but like, they were just that debates, two fans debating. There was nothing personal in it. I don't know McCullough. I haven't had any interactions with Adam McCullough in about 6 years, maybe 5 years, something like that. So yeah, it should be still up on 888 Sport though on their socials. What's this one? Ah, cool. So Connor just sent me on Lewis your tattoo from your mum, which is cool. Nice. This is the tattoo my mum's getting from the super chat I was telling you about. Cool. That's awesome, dude. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate that, Lewis. Chelsea don't seem to want any European football. You're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong. They really have underperformed. I tell you what, Medusa, and I keep saying this, but I say it because it's true. When I watched Chelsea in that Club World Cup final, I was absolutely sure they were going to be a big problem in the Premier League this year because that team that day was phenomenal. So yeah, they've been so inconsistent that I'd say their fans are pulling their hair out. And then you have to add in all the financial jargon and headaches that they have coming down the road because of the way they've been spending so much money. It's, and they're somewhat hamstrung as well because, of course, Stamford Bridge is still a small stadium in, regards to the Premier League competitors of theirs in and around London. So, yeah, it's a sticky one for Chelsea, but personally, in all honesty, I think they've gotten away with frivolous spending for 25 years now. Who's your preferred managerial replacement? The honest answer, Jack, is I don't really have one. You know, I'd love Enrique, but I know that's not possible. Alonso, I would happily take, but I've always acknowledged there would be a risk factor there to some extent. Iriola, again, from a coaching perspective, good enough, but there's a lot more to being Liverpool managers than just that. So Nagelsmann, I think, would probably have the gravitas to do it. You know, the experience, having managed the German national team, Bayern. But anyone there's going to be a risk with. And I want to make that pretty clear because there's no silver bullet here. That's just going to make this all better, in my opinion. But I'd rather have another. If we had to throw around the T word, transitional, I'd rather have that with somebody else because I just don't feel a project with Arna is going to have a good payoff. I think ultimately that project's going to fail and we're going to end up starting again. Sam said, Slot needs to be studied. No Rio. Let's get after them. Should be starting. I agree. Very, very frustrated not to see him. And also frustrated to see Dom at right back again. Have I watched Lord of the Rings? No, never. I think it's an autistic thing. I think I've said this before. I can't really watch like Lord of the Rings or any of the Star Wars stuff or anything like that. I can't watch anything sci-fi because my brain just doesn't get it. My brain says this isn't real. This is, which I know sounds so stupid, but that's the reason. So no, I haven't seen any of the Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter's. I've seen the original Star Wars movie when I was a kid, but apart from that, don't really do sci-fi or fantasy or any of that kind of stuff. Did I watch WrestleMania? I didn't even know it was on. Mate, I didn't even know it was on. And 10, 15 years ago, I would have been 100% fully committed to watching it and known everything that was going on in the world of wrestling. But I think as I've gotten older and my time's got a little bit more stressed, some things have had to fall away in life, and time for wrestling's probably one of them. What are these peeps smoking? I don't know, dude. I've given up trying to figure out the loonies. I don't know anymore, mate. I haven't got a clue, but like I said, if they want to just pay money to abuse me, I see myself as their dominatrix, really. So, whoosh. That's the way I see this. Honestly, I think they've got some kind of Craig fetish or something like that, where they like being spoken down to. I mean, there are some men out there like that, you know, that want to be belittled. So if they get a kick out of it, I'm happy to help. Faisal, thank you, mate. Appreciate you. ESG Soccer, how are you, my friend? Said, I didn't miss a match since Rodgers was hired, but I took the schedule off my phone. Slot as was playing bad. The players quit. Under discussed. I think we've certainly talked about the players not showing up, and I think you're very fair with that. You know, I know a lot of the time we talk about the manager, and the manager, I guess, is the low-hanging fruit in the scenario. But I can't disagree with you about the players. They haven't done enough this year. They haven't shown enough fight on some occasions, and I think they've accepted their fate too often, which is not something we've ever really labelled at this group over the last 10 years. So I guess the new breed coming in, as of yet, don't seem to have the same stubborn, steely mentality, if excuse me for not having a better terminology than that. And again, Faisal, mate, thank you. Appreciate you. Who cares about Lord of the Rings when we have Jaws? I've seen Jaws. I watched Jaws again, God, 25 years ago, maybe more. Yeah, I did watch Jaws. And it just looks so weird now looking at it. Like, I've been to Universal as well and seen the Jaws ride, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it's been. I thought it's just not my type of film. You know, these days if I'm watching something, it's usually either stand-up comedy, a documentary, or a series. I don't really have time to watch movies, so I tend to watch things in like 30 to 40 minute bursts. What do you think will happen with Slot if we lose today? I don't know, mate. I don't know. Like, common sense would be that's another defeat in the season, and again, another big game that fans will go home disappointed in. Look, put it this way: if we lose this game today, even in a normal season, losing a derby, Liverpool fans ain't going to be happy with that. And that's with a manager that would have plenty of goodwill in the bank. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I think the answer is nothing. But this is it. You know, they've either put up or shut up now. We've got to we've got to make sure that we get over the line for Champions League football, and most importantly, I think we just want to see some performances, because we've said it enough. We don't have a bad squad. Yes, there's injuries and stuff, but we need to see it starting to click. Hello, Craig. Hope you're well. What's this? I'd rather have had Gakpo through the middle, bench Isak, put Rio on the wing, bring Isak on about 60 for impact. Absolutely. So for me, it came down to two things: either Gakpo through the middle, like you've said, or playing with a false nine. But this is probably the worst of the three options for me, because I don't understand why you put Isak up knowing he can't do a full 90 against a fresh defence. I'd much rather him come in against a tiring defence. If you like documentaries, check out Trainwreck Woodstock. Oh, I've seen it. I've seen all the train wrecks. The one about the mayor of Toronto was brilliant as well. I've seen all the train wrecks. They're brilliant. And definitely recommend it to anyone. So yeah, the Woodstock one was... Fred Durst was just taking a piss in that, wasn't he? Like, he didn't give a fuck. He was... yeah, you got to admire that level of shenanigans from Fred Durst. Craig, got a question for you. Not football for once, but who's your favourite musical artist? Yours is Bruno Mars. I'd love to hear your pick and why. I always answer this the same way. I don't have a favourite, because I think it depends what music in particular, what mood you're in. So I love Oasis. I've been to see Oasis 5 times. Love Oasis. Prince is the one regret I'll always have, that I didn't get to see Prince live before he passed. This is the cringy part of me, but I'm not going to hide away from it. I love Garth Brooks. Absolutely love him. Went to see Garth Brooks, not the last time he was in Ireland, the time before that. Who would be my favourite, though, if I had to pick one? Do they have to be living? If they're not living, Queen. If they're living... Hmm. Oh, God. Dermot Kennedy, probably. If I had to see somebody now and I could pick a ticket, I'd probably want to go and watch Dermo. I think Dermot Kennedy's ridiculously talented. Yeah, so let's go with Dermot Kennedy. Dom Hunter said, I hope you and your family are doing good. Love your content. Thank you. I'm so annoyed that Rio isn't starting. He deserves to start, in my opinion. I agree, Dom. I'd love him to start as well. Love him. I think he's going to come into this game and have an impact. Just like you, mate, I would have liked it from the start. What are your thoughts on the lineup? Again, probably the same as most people. A little bit disappointed to see Dom at right back, no Rio in. But again, I just hope for a good performance, and I hope the manager gets it right. What a lineup they had. Corn, Limp Bizkit. Would have been Axl Rose of Guns N' Roses, for me, the greatest singer of all time. I think... Yeah, Axl Rose is a weird one. It's a weird one. Sometimes I've heard Axl Rose and he looks like I'm a better singer. And then I remember back to when Axl Rose and Guns N' Roses were in their prime, and he was incredible, like you said. Also, would have loved to have seen Chester before he passed away. Would have loved to have seen them. Collision Course with Jay-Z and Linkin Park was such a good mashup album. I still have that, still enjoy that to this day. So I would have liked to have seen Linkin Park and Chester as well before he passed. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about 10 minutes out from the game. So I want to just play you a quick word from today's matchday sponsor, our friends at Huel, and then I'll be right back and we'll get stuck into more of your comments. So thank you to our sponsors, Huel, and enjoy the video. This video is sponsored by Huel, and if you haven't heard of Huel, you're missing out. Huel is fast, nutritious, complete fuel for busy people. It's designed to give you everything you'd get from a proper meal. Protein, carbs, fats, plus all your essential vitamins and minerals, but in a way that's quick and super convenient. Now, if you're anything like me and you've got a hectic schedule, Huel is perfect for breakfast or lunch. Especially if you're somebody who skips meals or just doesn't have time to prep food every day. This makes life a lot easier. It's simple too. You can grab a ready-to-drink bottle in lots of great flavors like chocolate, banana, or my personal favorite, berry. Or if you prefer, you can use the Huel shaker. Just add 2 scoops of their Black Edition powder, give it a shake and you're good to go. It's quick, it tastes great, and you're getting 40 grams of protein, 10 grams of fiber, carbs, and 26 essential vitamins and minerals. And the best part, it's actually really affordable. Huel meals start from just 87p. That's less than your morning coffee. So if you want to give it a try, you can get £10 off any order over £60 by using the code AA10 at checkout. Hit the link in the description or use the QR code on screen and let me know what flavours you go for. There we go. Thank you to our sponsors, Huel, and thank you to you guys for your patience as well. Appreciate all of your support. Yeah, somebody said add in a live stream. That's kind of how sponsorship works, my man. Usually we just do an ad read during them, but we had this one pre-prepared. So thank you to our sponsors, Huel, as well. And don't forget, if you guys would like to try, you can get £10 off your first order over £60 by using the code AA10 at checkout. Right, going to Metallica in the summer in Dublin. Nice. That'll be awesome. That will be awesome. I'd say Metallica live really do themselves justice. I would say the same about Oasis, that they're a band that you fully appreciate when you see them live because of that wall of sound. And I'd say Metallica aren't too far away either. Is Huel plant-based? Yes, it's a vegan product, mate. To the best of my understanding, yes, it is a vegan product. What are your thoughts on Kendrick Lamar? He's one of my favourite artists of this generation. Don't know as much about Kendrick Lamar as I probably should do, but the fleeting songs that I know of his, which are only a handful, pretty good. But yeah, certainly wouldn't be one here to give you an in-depth analysis of Kendrick Lamar. That's probably not my bag. Rio get loaned out, is it true or false? I would say it's 100% false, Johnny. I don't see any sense to loaning Rio out. Bransfield said, I saw Chester 3 weekends before he passed and now seeing them with Emily and May. Nice. They're brilliant. Linkin Park are awesome. What's your prediction for Arsenal versus City? I was thinking about this earlier on because I was putting a little bet on, actually. 2-1 City is my guess on it, but it makes it very interesting at this point. So, Arne Slot, on any raised eyebrows about Isak starting today, said this: I don't know why they're surprised. During the week, he was able to play 55 to 60 minutes. The good thing is, if you let him start, he has 15 minutes to rest at half-time and go again. So, what we're supposed to believe, Arne, is that between Tuesday and now, he's all of a sudden discovered match fitness and fitness to do about 90 minutes or 80 minutes. It's just weird. But, again, I don't know. Let's see. He said he can 15 minutes and rest again, so let's see how long he actually plays them for. Most importantly, let's hope that the players and Isak are on the same wavelength, because we all want Alexander to come in and do well. You know, we're all excited by his signing. It's I think it's fair to also say that thus far they haven't looked like they're on the same wavelength when he is on the pitch. Pam said, probably the first time I ever wanted Man United to win this season yesterday. Yeah, it's that grubby feeling again, isn't it, Pam? It's weird when you're put in that position as a fan where you've almost got to want the result for your arch rival. So, yeah, it was a weird one, but they got the result anyway. So at least we had the grubby feeling and we got the result to match. Connor said, let's see if Isak can get 6 touches today. Yeah, he'd 5 against PSG. Right, ladies and gents, we've got 8 minutes to go till kick-off at the Hill Dickinson. Maka reminds me of Fabinho in his final season. Yeah, Edison, a couple of people have mentioned that. It's weird though, Maka's legs shouldn't be going. You know, what is he, 28 now? It just feels like there's more to it than that this season. I don't know if becoming a dad and, you know, maybe the extra focus his life needs in that department, maybe if that's distracted him. I know he was playing catch up in the summer, but whatever the reason, we haven't seen the best of Alexis this season. And I think him and Jones are the two worth keeping an eye on in the central areas for potential movement this summer. Can I give Matt from Newton Ards a big shout out? How are we, Matt? What about you? What about you, lad? Huh? That's my best attempt, by the way. Matt, how are we, dude? Hope you're well. No, Frimpong isn't in there, Andre. He's on the bench. Now, whether he's carrying a little something, I don't know. Whether he's a bit iffy, but he's on the bench anyway. Although, if you watch the first 10 minutes of the stream, you wouldn't think that because I didn't see his name on the bench at first. Connor said Wharton and Gray would be great. I think he'd been Archie Gray there, yeah. Look, I like Archie Gray as a footballer. Let's wait and see. I don't really know what to expect for the summer. Oh, look, Everton they so want to feel big, don't they? We built this city. All they're missing is with rock and roll at the end of it. And then they've got themselves a perfect... We built this city. Oh, my days. It is funny. But whatever Everton needs to do. Can you put that in the trophy cabinet? That'd be lovely. Haven't had to build much since 95 in that regard, but there you go. Let them have their moments. Such an inferiority complex. How would you put that banner up with a straight face? Feels a bit weird. We built this city. Couldn't pay a rent on the stadium at first, but we built this city and then had to evacuate the stadium because we didn't want to pay the rent. How many people visit Liverpool to go see Everton? This many! Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are 4 or 5 minutes away from kickoff now. Let's run through the starting 11 for you guys one more time, just in case you haven't seen them yet. We'll start off with the team that built the city, don't you know, Everton? So it's Pickford in goal, then it's O'Brien, Tarkowski, Branthwaite and Miolenko. A midfield of Ghana Gay and Garner. Then it's McNeil, Dewsbury Hall, Ndiaye and Beto. That is the Everton 11. For Liverpool, it's Georgie Mamardashvili in goal. Right back, Dominic Szoboszlai. Left back, Andy Robertson. Centre back pairing, Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahim Kanade. In midfield, Curtis Jones, Ryan Gravenberch and Florian Wirtz ahead. On the right, Mohamed Salah. On the left, Cody Gakpo. And through the centre, Mr. Alexander Isak. On the bench for Everton, it's Patterson, Keane, Barry, Travers, George, Dibbling, Alcaraz, Roll, and Bonum. For Liverpool, it's Kirkes, McAllister, Chiesa, Woodman, Frimpong, Petchy, Nioni, and Gamoa. So we couldn't even fill up the bench fully because we still got a space on the bench. Liverpool Football Club. Wow. Underarm 4 hair, thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Right, let me make sure my clock's ready to go. Yep, cool. We're all good to go. Right, again, thank you to our sponsors, Huel, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, we are being brought to you today with thanks to Huel. You can get yourself £10 off any excuse me, let me start that again. We're being brought to you today with thanks to our friends at Huel. You can get yourself £10 off any order over £60 with our code AA10. Scan the QR code in the bottom corner and use that at checkout. Thank you to our friends at Huel for their support. Right, let's get ready. Big game. Of course, we can all sit back later on then, watch the Arsenal-Manchester City game. But for us today, this is a big one. A victory, if we can get it, would pretty much see us safely tucked into those Champions League spots. A defeat pushes Everton within 2 points of us. And, yeah, a worrying end to the season. Oh, Chris Stonage is currently 34 kilometres into his marathon run today. Connor's just let me know. So well done to Chris and keep going, mate. We're right behind you. What have we got? Like, genuinely, could that donut not have brought another academy kid to fill the bench? It is weird. 2 goalkeepers on there, and we still can't fill up the bench. It is weird, but it is what it is. And it's not like we've had to travel far either, is it? Like, it's in the city. Sorry, I should be fair about it. It's in the city that Everton built. So it's Jones at right back, people are saying. Is it? I don't know. So Jones at right back. Let's wait and see. If it's Jones at right back, then it's Jones at right back. No problemo, which is better, in my opinion. I'd rather have Jones at right back than Dom because I want Dom in midfield. But either way, it does, again, question what's going on with Frimpong. So, sit back, relax, and I'll do my best to take you through. So, if it is Jones at right back, we'll swap that up. Don't worry about that. Well, we won't swap it up on screen, but I'll let you know. So, we've got no confirmation yet. It's just Sky putting Jones at right back. So, we'll wait and see what happens. We'll know pretty soon after the game starts by the shape we're in. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Merseyside Derby Day, the first one at the Hill Dickinson. The Reds are in a huddle. It's going to be a big 90 minutes in the season. Everton can hone in on European football if they win. If Liverpool win, it tucks us safely into those Champions League spots with a bit of a buffer. A draw, probably nobody's friend really, so we'll wait and see what happens. Right, come on the boys. Don't forget tonight as well, we'll be back with a late night agenda, so I hope you guys can come and join us for that one. Right, Everton will be kicking off, playing from left to right in the first half. Obviously, Everton in the blue strip, Liverpool in the red. Your referee today is Chris Kavanagh. And the latest edition of the Merseyside Derby is about to get underway. You can see from the way Szoboszlai is a kick-off, just Jones at right back. So it is Jones at right back. We're underway in the Merseyside Derby and Everton lob one straight up into the air, which Jones heads back towards Georgi Mamardashvili. Right, so let's have a look. See, it definitely is Jones starting in the right back position. Georgie goes along with the clearance out left side, looking for Gakpo. Everton player gets there ahead. Sun shining in Liverpool this afternoon, so perfect weather for a game of footy. Wirtz now back inside to Salah. Salah right hand side. Everton getting players back. Still Salah. He needs a bit of support there with him. Everton get a foot in and bring it away. Press comes on. It's back with the Everton keeper, Jordan Pickford. We'll sync up for everybody at 1 minute. We're nearly there. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are at 1 minute and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Virgil pings one out right side. Miolenko gets a head on it. Everton have it now down their left channel. Szoboszlai comes across to help out. Dye tries a 1-2. Liverpool get a leg in. Ball ricochets back out. Though it'll be a Liverpool throw in far side just inside the Everton half. So a comment there from Tara Loughney Niall that said, "I hope Liverpool lose." Why was that removed? Just out of curiosity, was he spamming or something? Because someone saying, "I hope Liverpool lose" shouldn't be banned, in my opinion, folks. Again, there might be something else to it that I've missed. Apologies if I have, but somebody wanting Liverpool to lose, that's an opinion that we should be allowed to go into the chat, lads. It's not toxic, it's an opinion. Everton in possession, centre of the park. It's all as you would expect, it's pretty glitchy at the minute. Everyone just throwing legs in. Everton get a free kick. Referee looked at it for a minute, then decided he was going to blow the whistle for a free kick. Yeah, it's a proper start to a derby, this. Everyone just going in 100 miles an hour. So the game needs to settle a little bit. He was spamming. Well, there's one comment. I can't see a second comment from him, so the spamming stuff doesn't make sense. Goal kick to Liverpool. Ball goes behind. Robertson's able to see it out. Liverpool goal kick. He wasn't spamming. I can't see any more comments from him. So, look, let's give the gent the benefit of the doubt. He's entitled to have an opinion if he wants to lose. That's, I don't think there's an issue with that, folks. We don't all have to agree on everything. Anyway, let's get back to the game. So, Everton, I think, are in possession. I can't see because Sky have the screen covered up. Villa have already gone 1-0 up, by the way, in their game. Ollie Watkins with the goal. So it's Villa 1, Sunderland 0 after 2 minutes. Right, Pickford goes long with his clearance into Liverpool's right back spot where Jones struts back, picks up possession, goes inside to Ibrahima Konate. Back to Jones. Inside the Szoboszlai. If Sky could stop covering up the screen every 2 seconds, that'd be lovely. Wirtz. Back to Jones. Virgil. Szoboszlai. Inside. Gravenberch. Szoboszlai. Press comes on from Everton. Virgil has it. Gravenberch. Again, just the passing not where it needs to be. This time Gravenberch plays at about 5 yards behind his teammate and it goes out for an Everton throw-in. Just, we're not as sharp in possession as we should be this season. I mean, if you looked at PSG and the 2 legs against us, you can see a team that is well drilled into exactly what to expect from their teammates and when to move the ball. Liverpool always look a little bit jittery in possession these days, especially trying to move the ball between the lines. Everton now, left side. Cross comes in to Ricochet, back again. Everton have it. Another cross in. Header. Oh my days, what a save from Georgie. What a save, sir. Everton will feel like they should have been 1-0 up. Absolutely brilliant from Georgie Mamardashvili. Now it's Isak. He's forced wide right. Back to Salah. That truly was a top-notch save from Georgie. Wirtz now. He's taking too long on the ball. He's dispossessed. You don't get that type of time in a derby, mate. And again, that was Route 1 stuff for Everton. Get the ball into wide area, put a cross in, and Liverpool again, not picking up men. Let's have a look. Gets away from Konate again too easily. Too easily. Beto gets across the front of Konate, gets his head on it, and Georgie's forced into a fingertip save down to his left. Great save, but not good enough from the centre-backs. In a derby, cannot be losing those duels early doors like that. Konate needs to stick better. 2 of them were there, by the way, but he was Konate's side. And again, we need to be blocking them crosses earlier as well. Everton on the attack now. Slipping in right side again. Beto, he fooled himself there. Pulls the ball back and he's the one that went to ground, thankfully breaking down that attack. Twice now in the first few minutes, Everton have gotten in behind and they'll feel like they could have had an early goal. Beto, he tries a Cruyff turn or a little drag back, but he slips and Canade's able to clear it. I thought you all hated the goalkeeper. Did you? Well, where did you see me say I hate the goalkeeper? Stop putting words in people's mouths, mate. Nobody said they hated the goalkeeper. Fuck me. Just go away. Actually, do you know what? Just go away. Because this I'm better than you bollocks isn't put up here, mate. Sorry. You don't get to come in and try to laud yourself over everybody else. You know, I'm the bastion of knowledge. You all thought this. No. People said they weren't sure about the goalkeeper. And how could we be? We haven't seen him for long enough. So what do you want to say when he makes a great save? Bad boy? Come on. Let's not be that people. Let's not be them guys that say, I'm better than you. There's no need for that superiority bullshit. Soboslai. Canade. Nothing on for him. Back to Georgie. Out left side. Perfectly beautiful afternoon there in Liverpool. Sun shining. It really is a great day for a game of football. Soboslai now inside the centre circle. Looking for options. Goes across to Gravenberch. These again, this is the style of football on the run that pisses me off. Soboslai had every opportunity there to play a forward pass, but nobody made any movement ahead of him. Nobody gave him an option, so we had to go sideways and then back to the goalkeeper. And this is part of the problem with the way we play. There's just not enough movement ahead. And it's been something we've spoken about all season when we have the ball in midfield. Just not enough options of movement ahead of them. Robertson around the corner to Gakpo now on the left channel. Be a Liverpool corner. Gakpo challenge. Ball gets put behind corner to Liverpool on the near side. Right, come on, boys. Set pieces. Hopefully something we can see a bit of joy from today. I feel Canada is due a goal, by the way. It's been a while since we've seen the big man get his head on something and score. The wrestling's starting already in there. Cross in. Headed away at the near post by Beto. It's back with Wirtz. The Soboslai. Don puts in a cross. Again, it's headed away by Beto. Everton looking the counter now with Idrissa Gana Gueye. He's brought down by Gravenberch. Clipped his ankles. He tried to turn back into the opposite direction. Gravenberch caught his trailing leg, brings him down. Tarkowski crying at Chris Kavanagh, looking for yellow already. Chris Kavanagh quite literally laughing in his face. You see Wirtz play like this all season. So what I would say, Charlie, is I think we can all accept we haven't had the biggest impact from Wirtz this season. I think anybody is happy to accept that. What I would say to you, mate, is football and, you know, overseas transfers are littered with stories of players who take time to settle into new leagues. So what I would say to you is don't have any judgment on Wirtz yet. Allow him this season to bed in and start to judge him from next season. And if he's still not putting up numbers and still not looking comfortable, then of course we have a difficult conversation to have. But for me, give him a bit more. Because I remember this with Soboslai. I remember this with Gravenberch. I remember this with so many players in their first seasons that they just take a while. And if you look at the physical makeup of Wirtz, it is going to take him a little bit longer. Everton with a direct ball over the top again. Jones, that's just clumsy from Jones. Moyes wants a penalty. Straight over to the fourth official. My precious! Just clumsy from Jones, if nothing else. The referee doesn't seem to be moved by it and no sign of VAR making a decision on it, but just clumsy from Jones. Gakpo. Back inside the Gravenberch. To Canade. Out to Salah. Inside the Wirtz. He's dispossessed. Come on, Florian. You cannot be... it was Jones, my apologies. It was Jones that was dispossessed. My apologies. But still, we can't be giving the ball away there. Doesn't that justify another season for Arna? No, it doesn't. Why would it justify another season for Arna? Because Wirtz isn't settled in fully. You know, Arna's had 2 seasons. This is his second season, don't forget. So for Arna, it's very clear that tactically he just hasn't got it and isn't able to motivate the team. But look, like I said, whatever we all think as fans isn't going to really make that decision, is it? We're just going to have to wait and see what happens there. But for me, I just can't find any ways to justify giving Arna another season. Any real founded in facts argument. And I've asked myself, Suleiman, a few times if this was a season where I thought we were shown glimpses, I probably would be a bit more understanding. But I think we still look so far off it as the season's gone on that we can't even put together a run of a couple of decent results or a couple of decent performances. Free kick here to Everton. It's in a good position as well. Referee had a quick look at this before blowing the whistle. It was again, it's Gravenberch has been sloppy at the start of this game. That's probably the second foul already from him. Here's the penalty shout. Nah, there's nothing in that. Nothing in that. But there is a free kick here to Everton in a dangerous position. We need to stop being so naive here and giving away these stupid free kicks. Because what we don't want to happen is early yellow cards. And Gravenberch is already walking that tightrope now. You'd have to say next foul he's going to get booked. Right, let's defend this. Right, so free kick is on Everton's left side. Strike. Oh, Georgie gets palms on it. And it goes behind for a corner. Let's see. There was a player... oh, offside flag goes up. So free kick, actually. Ball was whipped in, but... let's have a look. Yeah, good spot by the line-out. Beto was offside. A couple of others as well. And they threw themselves at the ball, distracting Georgie, who still maintains his focus and gets strong hands on it. But there was an offside flag, so it'll be a free kick to the Reds. Right, we're back on the way. Free kick goes short, then Georgie plays it out right-hand side. Isak flicks it on. Salah loses the ball, but Liverpool have it back now with Wirtz. He turns inside. Again, mate, you're not going to get that time in a derby, Flo. Come on. Everton now. Just not going to get the time he wants to settle. He needs to move everything a little bit quicker, Florian, or he's going to struggle to get into this game properly. Everton again, look at the space. They really are playing on the shoulder. Beto nearly hit the corner flag with that shot. Beto was 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, left side of the Liverpool penalty area, and his strike, thankfully, was closer to the corner flag than it was to the goal. And again, being played on there by Robertson on the near side. That really, I swear to God, lads, that is one hell of a poor finish. Oh my days. All Moyes can do is put his head in his hands. That's a shocker from Beto. Everton are getting too much space in behind. That's 2 or 3 times now they've had runners that got in behind us. Soboslai, he's dispossessed. Again, Everton look quicker, sharper. Strike, deflection, and Georgie comes out and claims it. It's Everton who are knocking on the door here. If you're an Everton fan, these first 16 minutes, you'd be happy with what you're seeing. You know, and we couldn't complain if they did go ahead. They've been a better side in this game so far. Gravenberch now moves it out to Salah. Salah down the line to Wirtz. Here's cutback, ricochets behind, and it'll be a Liverpool corner. Come on, boys. Salah slipped it down the line to Wirtz. His cross came off the chest of the Everton player and it goes behind for a corner, which Salah will take in front of the Liverpool fans. Come on, boys. Ball in. Ooh. Canada and Pickford challenging, and Pickford just about gets hands on it to get it away. It's a good delivery, that. Thought that was going to be Ibu's moment. But Pickford just about managed to get it clear with a punch. Actually, it was a flap. It's probably a better description of what Pickford did, but he got hands on it. Szoboszlai to Virgil. Out to Canade. Salah. Wirtz. He tries the ball around the corner, which is intercepted again by Everton. Thankfully for us, though, Everton give it straight back to us. It's with Curtis Jones inside the Szoboszlai. To Jones. Am I excited to see Leone and Xhaka partnership? I'm excited to see both of them individually. Not sure what the partnerships for next season are going to be, but definitely excited to welcome back Giovanni Leone. Obviously, we got a small look at him this season, but really does look like a quality centre back in the making. Not too sure what to expect from Xhaka, to be honest. I wouldn't be the most knowledgeable on him. So again, ball from Gravenberch this time doesn't hit its man. Everton looking to clear. Gakpo goes to press. Virgil. Wirtz. Robertson back to Wirtz. Robertson again. Gakpo. His ball comes off an Everton player. It'll be a Liverpool throw in. Halfway inside the Everton half on the near side. Canade. Last couple of minutes from Liverpool have been good, territory-wise anyway. Again, I say that, I've just jinxed. Gravenberch's given the ball away again. That's the fourth pass I've counted now that Gravenberch has not found a Liverpool player with. And we cannot be giving the ball away that easily. Got to protect it better. Szoboszlai to Wirtz. Out left side to Cody Gakpo, who cuts inside onto his right foot. Gakpo. Oh, strike. A foot gets stuck out. It's an Everton foot. Deflects off and it's a Liverpool corner. Gakpo cuts inside. Space opens up for a shot. Tarkowski's right leg, who it is that it goes off. Stretches it out. Goes off him and behind for Liverpool corner. Right. Here comes the ball in. It's a deep one. It's another Liverpool corner now on the far side. I think Pickford got the last touch on that one. It was a deep one, swinging towards the back post. Mohamed Salah now coming across on the far side for another in-swinger. Here comes the corner. It's headed away by Everton. Robertson has it for Liverpool. Jones. Lovely ball back to Robertson. Well done, Curtis. Out to Salah. Another pass 5 yards behind our own players. And then Virgil gives away a foul. Just again, sloppy in possession. Almost a quarter of the way through this one, folks. Still Everton 0, Liverpool 0 in the latest edition of the Merseyside Derby. Right, come on, boys. Right, Pickford eventually takes the free kick and goes along with it. And Everton heads the first one to it. Everton player slips then, though, and Virgil hooks it away. It'll be an Everton throw in halfway inside the Liverpool half on the near side. So other games, it's still Forest 0, Burnley 0, and Villa 1, Sunderland 1 in the other 2 p.m. kickoffs. Pickford. Everton have it now inside the Liverpool half. They work into the left channel. Mielenko. Oh, we got lucky there. Everton had a runner and the ball was about a half yard behind them, which thankfully for us, seen that attack break down. Bit of handbags now. Yeah, that's it, referee. Just sort it out. Get them all away. Soboslai having a chat with Chris Kavanagh. Giving it the full blue steel. It was a bit, again, it was just an untidy little tangling challenge there from Soboslai, and yeah. Right, Everton free kick. They go deep towards the back post. Gakpo gets there, gets a head on it. Second ball, those with Everton, they put in a cross. Tarkowski, his header loops up into the arms of Georgie. Again, second best in our own penalty area as well. He's offside anyway. He would have been offside, but Gravenberch, the Salah, again, a touch from Mo to nobody really. And Everton have it back. Everton have runners left and right. And again, our boys just about get the job done. Clear it, Robbo. Oh, kicks it off his own foot and it goes out. My God, we can't catch a break. Players again panicking a little bit. Robertson there kicks it off his standing foot to give Everton a throw in. Come on, Craig, where's the progress Arne shouted about? It's never been there. He's done one of these things this season where he thinks if he keeps saying something, it'll become a matter of fact. There has been no progress. Arne's gone full politician with that line. He just hopes if he keeps repeating it over and over again, everybody will take it as a matter of fact. Everton now, cross in from the far side. 1-0. 1-0 Everton, and die. I want to curl up and die at this point. I have nothing else to say, lads. This is our life this season. Second best at everything, to everything. Spartan said, watch slots say Everton outperformed their XG. It's just, again, so simple. Just a cross in, that's it. And look, watch us muddle this up. So Salah, half-arse clearance, doesn't get away. Everton win it back. Let's have a look at the line here. It's going to be offside. It's going to be offside, surely. Surely offside. This looks offside to me. He looks offside. Surely he's offside. This looks offside to me, folks. No goal. Offside. He was off. You could see it on the replay. Our line got out very quickly. And even though the initial runner moved away from the ball, they were all offside. So, got away with one there. You could see it when you look back. It looked off. So, again, we got away with one. So I guess we can look at this one of two ways. We can say shot from Gakpo straight at Pickford. We can say we were lucky, but you can also say that the line did its job. So I wouldn't. Yes, we could go down the lucky route, but look how quickly our defensive line got up. You got to give them credit on that as well, because that line, like a unit, shifted forward, and if they hadn't have been in unison, they would have played them on. Oh, ball in, surely. 1-0, Mohamed Salah, 1-0 to the Reds. Get in, Mo. There we go. Woo! Mo, 1-0. Everton Hearts go from thinking they're 1-0 up to 1-0 down in the flicker of an eyelid. Mohamed Salah couldn't believe it when the 18-yard box opened up in front of him. Mohamed Salah on his left foot slots it past Jordan Pickford. And it's Liverpool 1, Everton 0 in the derby. Gets in. So like I said, that defensive line shifted up wonderfully in one unit, which is what got them the offside trap played. So well done to the defence on that one. This time though, Everton trying to play it out. Liverpool press. A misplaced pass goes to Gakpo. Gakpo spots a beautiful ball into Salah. And what a finish. What a pass from Gakpo as well. Let's give credit where it's due. Look at the vision. Spots it. Plays it through. Salah opens up his body. Slots it past Pickford. That is a very, very well taken goal. Well done, boys. Gets in. Come on. Even if it is offside, so warning sign, can't wait for Arnold's excuse. So look, it was offside, but like I said, you can look at it two ways. We can look at it that we were lucky, or we can look at it that the defensive line did its job. But either way, now it is 1-0, and it's 1-0 to the Reds. Mohamed Salah in his last Merseyside derby. Of course, it had to be him. Billy, thank you, mate. Can you run a poll to see if I should stay up or go to bed? No. If you have any doubts, mate, just err on the side of caution and go to bed. 1-0, gets in. If only we had a speedy 1v1 winger. Just wait. Or oh, wait. It's okay, we got the goal there. Now, Gakpo. That should have been 2. Flag stayed down and Gakpo, Gakpo wasted that one. Let's see if he would have been onside or not. Finally, I can rest peacefully, said 1x Wonder. That was a beautiful pass by Cody. Honestly, the way he's seen that and the way it opened up, that really was a really good pass from Gakpo. And a great finish from Mo as well. Now, let's build on this. Come on. I mean, the momentum and mood shift there from Everton thinking they were 1-0 up, it being ruled there for offside, and then within 2 minutes we go up the other end and make it 1-0. Feels like a double kick in the balls there for Everton. And hopefully that gives the lads a bit more confidence. Come on, boys. So yeah, it came from Everton turning over the ball with a misplaced pass, but after that, it's just all quality. Gakpo's vision and pass, top notch. Mohamed Salah's finish, equally good. Salah now wins it back for Liverpool. Plays it to Andy Robertson. Robertson on the burst into the penalty area. His cross is blocked. Ball bounces back. Salah steps in, wins it, but it goes out for an Everton throw. Come on, boys. Salah puts his name on the Everton history. Yep. Had to be him, Nessie, didn't it? Had to be him today. He wasn't going to just go quietly in his last Merseyside derby. So that should quieten down the Hill Dickinson a little bit. $32, nearly 33 minutes on the clock. Tarkowski back to Pickford. Goes out left side. Come on, boys. Tell you what, that's some mental shift, isn't it? In one 2-minute spell. Thinking we're 1-0 down. VAR offside, 1-0 up. That's a bit of an emotional swing, all right. But we'll take it. Tarkowski. He launches it long. Konate comes across, gets a head on it. Everton win the second ball. McNeil. Everton work it out left side. Jones does well, stands his ground, takes the ball off the Everton player, plays it out to Salah. Back to Jones. Jones, good ball. Plays it to Robertson, good ball. Robbo then switches it out. The Wirtz. He brings it under control, but gets a heavy touch, allows the Everton defender back at him, and it ricochets through to Jordan Pickford. Come on, Flo. Wakey, wakey. Tarkowski. Just over 10 minutes to go in the first half. In the Merseyside derby, it's Everton 0, Liverpool 1, just in case you're joining us late. That goal came from the left boot of Mohamed Salah, with a great assist from Cody Gakpo. J. Bob Sad said that offside trap was a beauty. It was. It really was. And the urgency, mate, at which they moved that line up, yeah, you've got to give them credit for it. Like I said, you can say we were lucky, but I tend to go with you on this one, mate. I think that was just a really well-worked offside trap. And they shuffled up in one unit. And they deserve credit for that. Has Isak touched the ball yet? Feel sorry for him. Do you know, I'm not. This is going to sound like I'm on a wind-up, and I promise you I'm not. I forgot he was on the pitch until I seen somebody mention his name in the chat earlier on. I forgot he was on the pitch. Now, whether that's because of him or because of the players not being able to find him, either way, you just again feel like we're playing a man down. And I'm not trying to slag off Isak. You know, it's understandable that Isak isn't up to speed. You know, with the stop-start season he's had. It just feels like a really strange decision from Slot to start him, but we're 1-0 up, so he'll take it so far. Right, Everton corner, far side. We've conceded 16 set-piece goals this season, by the way. Corner in, Virgil heads it away. Second ball, Everton have it with Mielenko. He tries to ping one out left side. Jones catches it in the air, gets a head on it, and then gets the second ball as well. That's naive from Curtis. He should have just cleared his lines. Puts the ball in. Gravenberch heads it away. Free kick to Liverpool. Well done. Beto putting himself about. Liverpool player felt the contact, went to ground. Free kick. Stanley Robertson using all his experience there to get his body in between Beto and the ball, and then feels the touch, goes down, gets the free kick. Where was this offside play all season from the defence? I don't know, but let's just be glad they did find that line at that moment, because, like I said, we can look at it two ways, but I'm putting the optimistic hat on this time and giving them credit for that defensive line. Flow is so soft, said Political Breakdown. Look, I can't really push back against that comment. We haven't seen the best of him this season yet. I can't disagree. All I can say is I'm giving him more time, but I do hope we see better from him, because he still feels like he thinks he has more time on the ball than he does. You should know by now that, especially in a derby, you're not going to get time to settle on the ball. Balls with Pickford. He goes into midfield. A lot on the line for Everton today as well. If they won this game, they had a chance of going above Chelsea into 6th place. For Liverpool, of course, a victory will send us nice and clear and give us a bit of a gap on the chase and pack, which is what we want with regards to Champions League qualification. Well done, Gravenberch. Salah. Good football. Still Mo. Eventually he runs out of space out there, and it'll be an Everton throw-in, far side of the pitch. 6 minutes to go plus stoppage time in the first half with the Hill Dickinson. It's still Everton 0, Liverpool 1. Villa have gone 2-1 up, by the way. Ollie Watkins with a second goal of the day. So it's Villa 2, Sunderland 1. Isak there with a touch that took it away from a Liverpool player. Everton headed forward. Canade steps up, wins the ball. Virgil. Wirtz. Back to Virgil now with Dominic Szoboszlai. Jones to Salah, back to Jones. No movement ahead of him. Fuck me. I was looking there and Wirtz and Isak were just standing still like statues. Absolutely zero movement ahead of them. Now, Isak feints, drops into space, now goes off the shoulder, but again, nobody getting the head up to have a look. Jones. Szoboszlai. Oh, Jesus Christ. His pass looking for Gakpo was intercepted by McNeil, but thankfully it goes behind. And it goes out, I should say, excuse me, for a Liverpool throw-in. Look, let's try and think of it this way. I'm trying to find a positive. Let's say Isak does 55-60 and we're still 1-0 up, and then Rio comes on. Then we have a stronger 11 to finish it. I'm just trying to find any weird way to come to terms with what I'm seeing here. Because other than that, I can't see any rationale for Isak being out there. But anyway, Kavanagh gets in the way, so it's a drop ball to Liverpool. Gakpo. Oof. Ooh, unlucky. Cody's shot. I don't know if it took a nick on the way through or came off the keeper, but it does go over the crossbar and it's a Liverpool corner. So it's Robertson out to Gakpo. He cuts inside past a few Everton players. I think it took a touch. It did, took a touch. And I think, did it? No, it's just Pickford. Pickford gets a hand on it. It'll be a Liverpool corner. Fifth place is still Champions League place, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Bit good Everton have gone behind, but it's still a lot to play for. It is. This season, fifth place does get you Champions League, mate. Yep. Cross in. Cleared by Everton on the edge of the box. Jones shuffles back. I don't know who. Well, I know what he was trying to do with that ball, but he gave it straight to an Everton player. Everton now looking to transition. Szoboszlai goes across again to press. Idrissa Gana Gueye has it now. Everton down the left channel. Ball in behind. Well done, Jones. Tracking back, wins the ball. Do you think it's possible that Wirtz's habit to take too long on the ball is perhaps a sign of lack of proper intensity in training? Look, I'd be guessing. Whatever it is, it needs to change. I do think as the season goes on, he will be becoming more accustomed physically to the Premier League and to the rigours of English football. But he should be moving the ball quicker. I can't defend Wirtz on that one today. He should be doing more with the ball than we're seeing. And it is a little bit disconcerting to see him still taking too many touches 9 months into the season. But I couldn't speculate as to whether it's training or just getting used to the league or the inconsistent teammates and the performance in and around them. But when you pay that much money for a player, I understand the frustrations. I'm just willing to give it that first season, like I said. But I can't push back against anyone who's disappointed with the performance levels because that's fair. Wirtz to Jones. Szoboszlai. I've been saying to my mates all season, we have the most static forward line in the top 5 divisions. They don't move at all, makes our midfield look bad. We definitely don't have enough movement ahead. I can't push back on that one. I couldn't tell you the reasoning for it because it should be straightforward. If you're an attack-minded player, you should be looking to pick up pockets of space, play off the shoulder. But you also need that understanding with your midfield and your defence of when you're going to move, and that, I guess, only comes at repetition. But look, I give Isak a bit of space on that one because he's still finding it out. But the likes of Wirtz, Salah, Gakpo, they should be more in tune with each other. I say that, and when I mention that, I suppose I have to mention also Cody Gakpo's brilliant assist for Salah, but that was more an opportunistic thing than it was good tactical flexibility. Everton obviously gave us the ball back, but after that, it was a quality ball and a great finish. Andrew said, slagging Isak off in the chat makes me laugh. Not one player having a decent game, then it's Wirtz, this chat, that. It's been the way all season, Andrew. I guess when performances aren't what we'd want as fans, we look for the reasons why. And I think there's always going to be a scapegoat for a fan base. And in each season I've been doing this, there's been 2 or 3 in every season that when performances don't hit the levels required, they tend to get, I won't say picked on, but singled out more than others. I think it is right to talk about it in a team sense. I mean, we're not seeing enough overall good performances. But, you know, when you come in, you spend 200 million quid on 2 new attackers, you probably do expect a bit more. Obviously, here's Isak now. Strike at Pickford. Unlucky. That's better. We need to find him more like that. Get him into areas in the 18-yard box where he can do damage. Yeah, look, next season we certainly have to expect more from Isak, from Wirtz. But this season's just, like you've said, you're right in what you said, Andrew. It has been underperformances in a lot of areas. But let's just be grateful here. We're winning 1-0. You know, and I've been around long enough that sometimes performances in derbies aren't the deciding factor. It's the aggression, the hunger. So let's get in at half-time. And I'm choosing to look at it this way as well. Every minute that goes by is a minute closer to Rio getting on later. Gakpo out to Soboslai. Soboslai. Oh, I think he took one touch too many there on the edge of the box. Allowed the defender to close him down. I thought when he got it out of his feet and skipped past the first challenge there, Dom was going to let that fly. Pickford goes along with his clearance. Jones' heavy touch allows Beto to come in and win the ball. Milenko. Strike. Again. Everton put it up, but we're giving them chances too easily. Half time, the whistle goes, it's half time to Hill Dickinson, but we need to be less sloppy. Jones there right at the end of the half didn't need to bring that ball down and try to play something nice, but just put the boot through it, clear your lines and go again. It almost, well, it did land in an Everton attack at the end of the half. So, yeah, half time, we'll take it, 1-0 up, but still more to come from this group. PSG in talks to sign Yandy Monday. Okay. I don't know what to say, mate. I guess they're doing what they should be doing, right? Trying to capitalise on them being in a good moment by attracting that next generation of players. Let's wait and see what happens. Chris Hewitt said, feel like Slot's tactics don't give strikers a chance. Look, we definitely need to figure out how to get Isak into those pockets of space where he can do damage. Now, little bit of a little chink of light at the end of the first half. He did have an opportunity on the edge of the box that he managed to find a bit of space in and get a shot away. But look, I think as the half went on, Liverpool got back into it more and more. I think Everton started the better in the first 10 or 15 minutes. I think Liverpool came back into the game. But we often talk about these sliding door moments. To go from, if you're an Everton fan, thinking you're 1-0 up, to that heartache then of not only having the goal ruled out, but seeing Liverpool go up the other end and scoring, I'll take that as a positive. It felt like a double kick in the nuts to them. So we got to build on this because we know what David Moyes is going to be in there at half-time saying. He's going to be getting into those Everton players, telling them, you don't want to lose this derby. The first one, it'll be in the record books. He knows how to get a song out of these players. So we're going to have to be prepared for that in the second half. And I hope Arne has spotted some things that he can tweak to change here. Because what we know at this point, keep a clean sheet, we win the game. I know it sounds simple, but that's where we're at now. Keep a clean sheet, this game's won. But you can't start dropping back. You can't drop deep. You can't give Everton encouragement. We've got to continue to try and be on the front foot and keep playing high-intensity stuff, which I think we have done. I really have been impressed by Soboslai's coverage of the pitch there, Jones as well. They really have been getting up and down. Gravenberch, for me, has been a little sloppy in possession. Isak can't really say much there. Hasn't really been a great first half for him, but then again, it hasn't been a great first half for service to him either. So if you're looking for better in the second half, Wirtz has to step up a little bit. You'd want Isak more involved. I'm actually quite happy with our two wide players in that first half. I think they both contributed a fair bit. Robertson certainly justifying his call at left back as well. Georgie's made a couple of saves. So look, it's all right so far. 1-0 up, half time. You know, let's see what the second half has in store. The Hawk said, I was watching Isak and feel sorry for him. He was making space but never gets the service. Have you noticed that Wirtz never holds or runs with the ball? He just wants to get it away from his feet. It just seems to be a little bit awkward looking at times when he's in possession. He almost, it's like the ball's bobbling around his feet or something. It just doesn't look smooth, does it? But look, we're saying all this, right? We're still 1-0 up. And that I would have taken before the game if you said to me you'd be 1-0 up at half time. Find the Pass said, when did we sign this left wing? Cody's been excellent. I'm glad you're acknowledging that because I agree. I think Cody has had a very impactful first half. Got a few shots away. Obviously, great ball in as well. So, first half for Isak, similar. 5 touches, same as PSG. Joe said, Julian Ward, I put loan contracts that sent Elliott to Aston Villa. Okay. Well, whoever came up with that deal was stupid because they gave Villa an out and they cost us 35 million quid there. James Smith said, watching Isak begging for passes into the channels and nothing is pissing me off. Twice in a row, he was screaming for that run through the middle, and what do we do? Pass back to the centre back. Yeah, look, we got to be better in that regard. I did notice what you've spoken about. He did pull into the right channel a couple of times, looking. So in one position, he made a movement to go behind the defender. The defender went. Then he made a movement into the space, and you're right, nothing came his way. And I've only spotted it once or twice. But look, if you're looking at this game now, we're up. Build on it. That's all we have to do. Build on it and see the job out. Soyadesu said, might be dead wrong, but I feel like we're really missing the DM anchoring and screening in the midfield like Fabinho. We're too easy to play through. Yep. What we've seen today from that position, right, is Gravenberch, who's been given away too many fouls. He hasn't been playing the simple ball, and he's given the ball away 4 or 5 times in that first half. He is not a DM, and that is a glaring deficiency in this squad. I couldn't agree more with you on that one. We need to stop this experiment in the summer. We need to bring in a proper DM. JJ Dodak, thank you for gifting 5 membership, bro. Really appreciate you. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I also want to just quickly draw your attention to our today's sponsors. We are being proudly brought to you with thanks to our friends at Huel. You can get yourself £10 off your first order of £60 or more by using the code AA10 at checkout. Use the QR code in the bottom corner, or as I said, just use AA10 at checkout. And thank you to our sponsors, Huel, as well. Appreciate their support. Harry said, hey Craig, how you doing? Can't bottle this. I'm doing all right, you know. Happy that we're 1-0 up, Harry. Or the Bins, excuse me. No, it was Harry, wasn't it? Yes, it was Harry. Thank you, mate, for being with us as a member for 7 months. The Bins said, I feel terrible for any striker in this system. Yeah, it's not one that looks like we're set up to get the most out of him. But I'm trying to think about it in a different way, as weird as that sounds. I'm trying to think if we get through this experiment with Isak until Rio gets on the pitch, if we get through that in a winning position, I think the game gets better from that point on. It's a weird way to have to look at it, but it's the only way I can keep my sanity and look at it. So, if we're looking for the touch comparison there, Isak 5 touches in the first half. Salah 37, Wirtz 36, Gakpo 19. So yes, every comment that said we're not getting enough into Isak, you're right. The touches show that as well. Somebody in the chat mentioned that Wirtz plays nervous in the Prem because he's had an ACL and is being cautious. Do you think that's a fair justification for his poor play? No, I don't. But I don't know that that's the reason either. It's impossible for us to know exactly why Wirtz hasn't had the impact we'd hope. I'm choosing mentally to at least say it's his first season, give him that to settle in. But I also understand and acknowledge that people would expect a bit more. He doesn't have to be 10 out of 10 Wirtz, but you would hope you see a bit more progression. It's a bit disconcerting as a fan when you see him gone away with Germany, seemingly playing with confidence and scoring great goals, and then coming back to Liverpool and again looking a little bit off the pace. You hope it comes with time and repetition. But look, can we just acknowledge Mo for a second as well in this? His last Merseyside derby, and of course he has a big say in it. But that goal doesn't happen as well without Cody Gakpo's brilliant defence splitting pass. Really, really want to highlight that. Lovely ball in from Cody and a great finish from Mo. Soyadesu said, yep, too many midfielders that want to be the 10, unfortunately. Not enough sitting back. Mackett and Ryan in the middle this season, sadly, might be the worst midfield I've seen in a long time. Agree. Not on the worst midfield seen in a long time, but the midfield has to be better. It is the glaring problem for me this season. Midfield and a lack of competition at centre back. Those two things. That's why we hope to see that sorted in the summer. Everybody has to clearly know the defined roles. And the one question that we kind of pondered a little bit when we made all these signings is everybody trying to be the guy? Is Salah trying to be the guy? Isak trying to be the guy? Wirtz trying to be the guy? Gakpo trying to be the guy? You know, we need to get that hierarchical situation sorted out as well. So many loose passes. That's a good shout, Dave. A lot of loose passes in there. You know, that's a good shout across the season. Our passing has never looked as sharp and as incisive and as confident as you would really want. No Liverpool player won more duels and made more tackles in the first half than Mohamed Salah. So big love to Mo for that. Again, definitely showed up today. Gravenberch is not a DM. We need to accept that. Oh, I've accepted it. But the person who seemingly hasn't is the important one, the coach. And until the coach decides we need to bring in a DM, we're going to have this conversation, unfortunately, because you're right. He isn't a DM. We've been saying it now for, well, a long time. I know it worked last year, but that, again, doesn't mean it's the right thing moving forward. We definitely need a DM. Sloppy passes, slow decision would point towards problems in training. Again, I don't know. You know, I don't disagree. The passing hasn't been good enough, but let me just remind everybody, we are winning the game. So I'm grateful for that. We just need to see it out now. Wayne said, big second half needed. Now come on, you Reds. WFM, love you, Craig. Thank you, bro. Which DM would you sign? Probably Wharton. Makes sense. Premier League tested. Right, ladies and gents, I'll be back in 60 seconds. Just got to play this one last ad read from our sponsors, Huel. This video is sponsored by Huel, and if you haven't heard of Huel, you're missing out. Huel is fast, nutritious, complete fuel for busy people. It's designed to give you everything you'd get from a proper meal. Protein, carbs, fats, plus all your essential vitamins and minerals, but in a way that's quick and super convenient. Now, if you're anything like me and you've got a hectic schedule, Huel is perfect for breakfast or lunch. Especially if you're somebody who skips meals or just doesn't have time to prep food every day. This makes life a lot easier. It's simple too. You can grab a ready-to-drink bottle in lots of great flavors like chocolate, banana, or my personal favorite, berry. Or if you prefer, you can use the Huel shaker. Just add 2 scoops of their Black Edition powder, give it a shake and you're good to go. It's quick, it tastes great, and you're getting 40 grams of protein, 10 grams of fiber, carbs, and 26 essential vitamins and minerals. And the best part, it's actually really affordable. Huel meals start from just 87p. That's less than your morning coffee. So if you want to give it a try, you can get £10 off any order over £60 by using the code AA10 at checkout. Hit the link in the description or use the QR code on screen and let me know what flavours you go for. And thank you to our sponsors, Huel. Right, folks, we are back and ready for the second half. Slot's lack of intensive training has definitely impacted team cohesion and fitness. Yeah, look, the training methods has been something that's been criticised by people who are far better placed than me to understand it. It is, I believe, a very specialist area in that, I think it's called red zone training, where you're basically trying to recreate and peak those intensive moments or intensity moments. I mean, like I said, Simon Brundish did a really, really, really good piece on this, explaining it far better than I ever could. But my theory on it, and again, not qualified to discuss it, but my theory on it is that last season we had the remnants of Klopp's physicality and energy levels left in the team, and that's kind of dissipated, and that's why the drop-off has been so extreme this year. At least that's the way in my mind I think about it, that that we still had that base level of fitness last year, and that got us over the line. But now we just don't seem to have it. And the manager keeps pointing the fingers at the players and the leagues that they've come from. But I do think he needs to take a bit of that on his own shoulders as well. Because one of the things that he'd been given a lot of credit for and leeway was that ability to keep players fit and to prevent injuries. We've not really seen the benefit of that at all this season. So I don't know if something has changed with himself and Ruben Peters, but we haven't had the same impact with regards to keeping players fit. Most dazzling thing about Slot's tactics is his head. I'd love to get inside that head and actually see what's going on and see what his thought process is. Hiex said, we're a pressing team. We pressed and caught them out. That's what Salah done his best work. When he can easily get behind, Slot needs to up that aggression. I agree. The pressing and that aggression is part of our identity. And like you've said, that pressing forced Everton into giving away the ball. Cody plays it in and Mo executes a perfect finish. It really just was a mad 2-minute spell, wasn't it? Where we think we're 1-0 down. Obviously, that's ruled out correctly for offside, and then we go straight up the other end and score. It's a lovely little turnaround. What's the biggest problem in your humble opinion? Players, manager, or just an off-season? It hurts so much seeing United on top of us. I think if I had to summarise it with one, I would say the manager. But I understand when people say the manager can't take all the blame. That's more than fair as well. But for me, he is the biggest part of the problem. And after that, I put players second because they haven't shown up enough this year. And what really bugs me is the accepting of defeat sometimes. It's not the mentality we're used to. But I disagree that he's seeing things getting better week after week. I don't see it. But we are 1-0 up in this one, though, and I will take that. A Derby Day victory does certainly hold a lot of water. Right, we're off second half. Hey, Craig, I'm Brandon, long-term viewer. Well, thank you, Brandon. You said, even though Slot won us the league last year, do our signings feel like they were bought for a Xabi Alonso system that never happened? So I don't know if it's intentional or accidental, but Brandon, like you, I do think we're now closer to being able to play in a back three than we would have been before that transfer window. Look at Frimpong, look at Kirkes as fullbacks, they could do it. Verton at 10. So yes, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but I think we are closer to being able to utilise that system if a manager that comes and plays that way comes in. And thank you for your viewership, mate. Right, Liverpool on the attack with Salah. He tries to cut back inside. Everton defender gets back at him and Pickford clears his lines. Right, I'm a couple of seconds ahead here on the clock, so bear with me. I'm going to just pause this clock for a few seconds. So 4, 5. Ah, shit, did the wrong thing. Poop. Let me get this clock up for the right speed there for you. 7, 8, 9. There we go. Now we're in sync. Sorry about that. Stop spamming the Hill, Craig. It's annoying. No, I won't. I'm going to explain this really clearly. And I know it's a bait comment, but I feel like I should probably explain it anyway. Let me just bring it up for you. Spamming. I played 2 ad reads in... How long have I been on now? 2.5 hours, maybe. 2 ad reads in 2.5 hours is spamming. So 2 minutes in 2.5 hours. And also, like I've said, we got to keep the lights on. And if companies are kind enough to reach out to want to work with us, I'm going to do my best to give them fair value for that sponsorship. So, no, I won't apologise for it. No, I won't stop it. And unless you want to stick the money in my kids' bank account and pay for their college and pay for my mortgage, I'll thank you to just allow it to happen. Now, what you didn't see and what you don't see is that I've made sure that the ads are played a lot less for people who don't have YouTube Premium during this watch along. I've made sure that we tone that down even more to compensate for the 2 ad reads. But like I said, it's not spamming, and no, I won't stop. What you should be saying is, I'm so glad that you're able to get these and keep content free, Craig. Appreciate that, mate. Even when every other big channel are going behind paywalls, you still find a way to keep the content free. Everton now on the attack. Left side, crossed in, thankfully overhit. Robbo comes across far side. Right. This, I mean, how much would it mean to you guys for a derby win today? Like, in your weekend, what would it mean to you? Because for me, I'm not saying this undoes all the hurt this season. It definitely hasn't. But a derby win would go a long way with me to at least giving us something. Something. Because we need something to feel good about at the minute. So a derby victory would certainly help. A derby win up the confidence. Yeah, that as well. That as well. Gakpo, he tried to cut back inside and he turns into Everton player and the referee gives a free kick out. It would mean a lot, said the 5 DBs. So much, said W. Drake. Goes a long, long way, said Brian. Yep, same for me. And look, this is one of those occasions where I do think of the local fans and I do think of the bragging rights for them with their mates, their families. You know, this is important. You know, it is the friendly derby to some extent, but I do think of our local supporting fans on days like this because they need those bragging rights, right? They deserve them. Jones now. He's dispossessed. Well, excuse me, not dispossessed. He's trying to snap at the heels of the Everton player. Everton have certainly started brightly here in the second half. I just hope we don't sit back, excuse me, and invite them onto us because that's a problem for us. Benny said, many of us do appreciate you. It just, Benny, you know, and I appreciate you on that, mate. Thank you. But I just wish sometimes the people that claim to like your content understand it's really tough to keep everything free and still be able to push your channel on and, you know, do what you need to do. And I promise you, we turn down probably 80% of the approaches we get for stuff because we don't think it works or fits. But sometimes, you know, we have to intrude on the content a little bit with an ad read or two because it makes a big difference to us as a small little business. And I wish people that claim to like the content would understand that. Look at Redmen, paywall, Anfield Rap, paywall. We don't. And I'm not judging other people for it, but it's tough not to, you know, to try and chug along. But I do appreciate your support and your understanding. I'm going to get an earful from my older brother if things stay the same. Sorry, not sorry though, because I kind of want them to stay the same. So, but I understand the family dynamic there. You're not a small business. You're for the people. No, we're a company, mate. You know, of course, the channel's based on being a Liverpool fan, but, you know, like everybody else, I still have same bills to pay as everyone does. So, yes, we are a small business. But I suppose the fact that we are able to be a small business is an absolute honour. I will say that. You know, I'm very privileged. Miolenko now for Everton. Gravenberch. Again. Oh, he still gets there. Oh. Good challenge, though, from the Everton player. Liverpool, that's a free. Liverpool have a free kick. Wide left. 7 minutes inside the second half. Still Liverpool 1, Everton 0. If you're just joining us, that goal came from Mohamed Salah's left boot with a wonderful assist from Cody Gakpo. Chris just finished the marathon. Well done to Chris. That's awesome. Mr. Chris Stonich just completed a marathon. And I've just gone blue on the screen just to celebrate. Congratulations, Chris. I don't know if you've seen it, but well done, mate. Proud of you. Right, Robertson over this free kick. Ball in. Headed away by Everton. It's Jones. Wonder how long do you reckon he's going to give Isak? Not because he's playing poorly or anything. I just genuinely mean for fitness reasons. How long do you reckon he gives Isak? Ball there goes through to Pickford. He rolls it out. Nightmare to the AM said, "Hey Craig, hope we win today. Don't listen to the moaners." Anyway, I was in two minds whether to watch the game. Currently glad I am. Well, hopefully we finish it positively. 1-1. 1-1. Beto. Just on that. Just as I'm reading it out as well, Beto equalises. This one will stand. Fuck it. I'll talk you through it now in a second, but it is 1-1. And it's Beto with the goal. And Georgie's down injured. Oh, fuck off. So Georgie's down injured and it's 1-1. Let's walk you through it. So Jones gets sucked out. Then Everton go down the line in behind that space. Ball bounces. Everton player rolls it across the front of the 6-yard box. Beto slides in ahead of Robertson and pokes the ball home. And in the process, Georgie, I think, got caught there in the collision into Beto. And it's 1-1 and our keeper's down injured. Robertson just hadn't got the strength. He tries to hold Beto off. He just hasn't got the strength. The physicality of the big man gets there ahead of him. That's 1-1. Tiger Valley, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, mate. You knew what was going to happen start of the second half. You knew Everton were going to come out and have a pop. Now we've got to worry about Georgie. Is he able to carry on, or are we seeing the sub-keeper come on now? Our defence is just too weak at times. It looks like Woodman's coming on. So now we're down to our third choice goalkeeper. Oh, God, lads, does it get any worse? So Georgie, certainly at this point, looks like he's coming off. Woodman's kitted out, getting some instructions. We just can't catch a break. Is Arne Slot a clone of Mike Bassett formations? No, Mike Bassett played 4-4-2. Very clear on that. Jokes. So yeah, that's Georgie going off on a stretcher. I mean, there was nothing nefarious in it. It was just a coming together. Everyone had eyes on the ball. There was nothing dirty about it. No, nothing like that. It's just unlucky. Wishing Georgie the best. Come on, Freddie. Right, so confirmation of the change. Freddie Woodman coming in to replace Georgie Mamadashvili. Game and Gas said, goalkeeper gone, just bad luck after bad luck. Yeah, that definitely falls into the bad luck category, mate. Definitely, there was nothing dirty or anything about that. That was just bad luck. And we're 1-1. We're back underway. Another swing in the Merseyside derby with regard to the momentum. Come on, boys. Waiting for 80th minute to score a second. I'm tired, said Nessie. Look, you knew Everton were going to come out second half. I said to you, David Moyes' team talk is an easy one in there. Go out there and get the next goal. And then he'll say to them, you know that this Liverpool team will crumble. That's, if I'm in his shoes, that's what I'm saying. Get that next goal and watch the heads drop. The stadium will get behind you and push on. And unfortunately, again, Jones, I'm not blaming Jones here, by the way, but Jones went out to try to press. The ball then goes in behind the space, evacuated by him. And they get a cross in across the 6-yard box and it's turned in. Gravenberch here has a little nick on him, but the ball drops to Isak. Isak then tries to shoot from distance, but drags it a couple of yards. It's Gakpo, my apologies. Gakpo shoots from distance, drags it a couple of yards wide. How predictable was Isak being terrible? Waste. Look, it is predictable, but let's wait and see how long he's able to play. I say play, using that term loosely. Carry on is probably a fair reflection. Now Everton, of course, with their tails up, are coming in search for the winner. Shot over the bar, goal kick Liverpool. A reminder, if you are just joining us, Liverpool have lost Georgie Mamardashvili to an injury. So we are now down to Freddie Woodman in goal. Oh, this is a tough one. Hopefully we can get a turnaround here. We can keep fighting and find a way to get a winner in this. Because mentally, letting goals lead slip, we can't continue to do it. We need something to get our teeth stuck into. Salah veers back to Salah. Salah's cross in. Header. Oh, it's headed off the line by Tarkowski. It was a header by Gakpo towards the goal, and then Tarkowski standing there and he heads it off the line. Unlucky. Good play by Wirtz and Salah down the right-hand side. Charles Walter, we just need to accept that we're vulnerable to a goal at any time. Our defence and our game management needs work over the summer before anything else. We need a new manager, mate. Let's just be honest about it. We need a new manager, and we need to having a bit more accountability to those players that are underperforming. Everton get a free kick and take it quickly. Ndiaye tries a reverse ball, but thankfully Liverpool just about crowd him out. Then Szoboszlai sprays a ball out left side to Cody Gakpo. Gakpo brings it under control and cuts infield. He gives a little look at it to the Everton defender, who gets a sliding challenge and wins the ball. The game's starting to stretch now and space starting to open up. Everton pouring bodies forward. McNeil with a deep cross. And Ndiaye brings it down. Offside flag goes up. Thankfully, free kick Liverpool. Look at Isak's runs. Jesus passing the ball, said Whitehammer. I'm going to try and start paying a bit more attention to that one, Whitehammer, because I haven't really kept an eye on the movement of Isak as much. But I'm going to make sure I have a look at that now. There he is in space. And a challenge on him was a good one. That time he did give it and then pop back into a bit of space, but when he received the ball, he gives it away. Beto now with Virgil with him. Beto wins that duel and has the ball left side. Virgil, you need to be stronger than that fella. Again, Everton ball in behind. Woodman comes and claims that one. Well done, Freddie. Our players are so damn lazy. Well, I wouldn't put Szoboszlai in the lazy category. I genuinely wouldn't. I think Dom has covered a lot of ground today. But I do wonder, and I don't know the answer to this, but I have wondered to myself, is some of what Dom does a bit of headless chicken? Because I want every movement to be intentional, not to be reckless, or, I don't want him tiring himself out with silly runs. I want to make sure that when he does make an impactful movement, it is just that. But he seems to be all over the pitch, and I don't know whether that's a good or a bad thing. I'm trying to figure that out. Great that he has those energy levels, but you'd want to harness that in a more productive way. Ben said, I don't think anybody can comment on Freddie. We've not seen him play much. I don't know how good he is. Look, it is what it is, unfortunately. Just, I guess, speaks to how unfortunate we've been with injuries this year, that we're now on our third choice goalkeeper. Gravenberch, back to Isak. Again, just not sharp enough. Not sharp enough. Allows Mielenko back in to get a challenge in. And Dye gets away from Jones. Again, Jones, I won't say caught ball watching, but out of position to some extent. Got wrong side of the Everton player and allowed him back at him. Thankfully now it's a free kick though. And Dye's strike was straight at Woodman. That's just poor from Jones. Just can't track the flight of the ball properly. Marlon Z said, time for Rio now. Gakpo slowly worsening the game. Well, honestly, mate, if I was making a change and Rio was to come on, I'd be Isak, I'd be taken off, and I'd be pushing Gakpo into the middle. So if he is tiring, maybe there's a little bit less running through the centre, but that's what I'd be doing personally. Jaden said, and so the injury woes continue. Yeah, just unlucky on that one. That's just a coming together of players who were all going for the ball. There was nothing dirty in it, just, as you said, bad luck. What Liverpool cannot do now is let this game get away from us. It will just... I don't even want to think about losing this game from this point. We've got to... The next goal, we've got to get it. If there's another goal in this game, it has to be for fucking us, or we're trouble. Big, big trouble. Jones. Back to Wirtz. Salah. He's dispossessed. Beto now for Everton. Canade's pressing high up with him. Everton have the ball. Get back, Ibu. Get back into position, my man. Dye goes back to Pickford. He rolls it out to Tarkowski. Idrissa Gana Gueye. Back again to Pickford. And he goes long. Gravenberch. Wirtz. Out to Robertson. Robertson runs forward now. Still Robbo. Strike! Don't know how close that was, but it goes wide in the end. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's fairly wide. Yeah, it's a few yards wide there from Robertson. Someone saying, how long is the injury to Georgie? Haven't got a clue, mate. Haven't got a clue. Wouldn't even know how to start thinking about it. Oh, Forest have scored. Gibbs White. So it's 1-1 between Forest and Burnley. Villa 3-1 up in their game. Again, Jones getting out, battled over there. Went to ground looking for the free kick. Referee said no. Jones has a back now. Back heels it out of play. Everton throw in. I genuinely can't stand Cody not good enough for us. Look, if we're looking at players to single out today, I don't think Gakpo needs to be at the head of that list, in all honesty. I think Gakpo's done better than a lot of the players out there today. His assist for Salah's goal was brilliant. And if we're making a change up top, I think it should be Isak. Mialenko with a long throw in. Bit of head tennis there. Tarkowski heads it back out to Mialenko, gets another cross in. Virgil gets a head on it. It's in Dye now. Back to Mialenko. He recycles it back to Illiman and Dye. Back to Mialenko again. Another cross in. Kanade gets a head on this one. Referee has to stop it because Kanade's gone down with a head knock. There was a bit of a collision there and a follow through from the clearance from Kanade. Hopefully he's all right. So referee's making Kanade go off here, but if he's making him go off, then surely he has to make the Everton player go off as well, as they both went down needing a bit of treatment. Do I know why Jones is right back today? I don't, Suleiman. I don't know, mate. I didn't get anything with regards to Frimpong's struggles, injury, anything like that. So, yeah, I don't know if it's a tactical thing, mate, or if it's a fitness thing. I really couldn't tell you, bro. I'd like to know myself, though. Right, we're going to restart with a drop ball anyway. Right, drop ball to Everton. Out near the corner flag. Right, and we're back on the way. Everton ball. Cross straight in. Goes through again on the far side to Illiman and Dye. Now back, another cross in from Everton. Liverpool players slip and thankfully the ball goes all the way across onto the far side where it will go out for a Liverpool throw-in. I don't know how much longer Arna needs to wait to get a change in the books here because we need one. Forest have gone 2-1 up in that game. Quick turnaround here for Forest. 2-1 up from 1-0 down, and it's Morgan Gibbs-White again. It looks like Beto is going to have to get some treatment. It may have to come off here for Everton. He's down still. I think it's his left leg. So, Spurs now again deeper into that relegation zone. West Ham are a point ahead of them with a game in hand. If West Ham were to win on Monday, that would leave Spurs 4 points off safety. What a collapse it's been for them this season. Beto's still getting a bit of treatment here. It's actually his head that he's getting the treatment for from that collision. Yeah, he does look a little bit dazed. Yeah, he's even saying there it's a bit blurry from. Surely you've got to take Beto off at this point. He's saying his vision's blurred. Like, you've got to take him off. You can't take any chances of that after a collision. Back from Galway. How are you, Craig? Seriously, Georgie injured too. I'm all right, mate. Oh, here comes Rio coming on. I'm getting a bit better now. Getting a bit better, Joshua. Hope you enjoyed Galway, by the way, my friend. Right, so Rio stripped off and ready to come on now. He's having a conversation with Mohamed Salah. Salah telling him exactly what he wants to happen. You know what this means when Salah said that. Here comes Isak off to be replaced by Rio. And Everton going to bring on Barry to replace Beto. So first change is Isak off and Rio and Gamoa on. And then it's Tierno Barry coming on for Beto. Now Rio. Time to go get the winner, fella. Look, if nothing else, that's another 70 minutes in Isak's legs, but that's about the most optimistic I can be on that. Since that goal, we're whining to the ref too much. Said Rich Baldy, play. Oh, there have been times this season, bro, where it definitely felt like we felt a bit sorry for ourselves, all right. But like you've said, get out there and get stuck in and play. Mielenko down the line again. Everton with possession. They're you'd have to say if the game's trending in one direction, it's trending blue rather than red at the minute. Ndai now. Idris Aganagay. Mielenko down the line looking for Barry. His first touch is heavy, allows Liverpool to get back in. And Jones puts it out for an Everton throw-in. This experiment with Jones at right back today has been messy, to say the least. Everton are really targeting that side now. You can see it. Everton again, passing it around into a bit of space. Ball in behind Jones' area yet again. Canade slides in, but inadvertently gives the ball to Barry. His ball back looking for Ndai, goes straight to Curtis Jones, and Jones clears it long upfield, but Everton regather the second ball. Blizzard said, are we going to dominate a game ever? Always on the back foot. We had one simple thing at halftime. We said, Blizzard, keep a clean sheet, you win this game. And we couldn't even get through the first 15 minutes, which would be have talked about in the dressing room. Nothing first 10 or 15 second half. Don't give them anything. And now, like you said, we've conceded. The keepers had to go off injured. And it feels like that momentum swing has gone again in the other direction. You'd have to start wondering at this point, if there's anything left in Frimpong's legs, why isn't he on the pitch now? Because if you're going to say he was carrying a knock, then again, don't bother having him on the bench. But right now, it feels like we're being rinsed in the right back position. Woodman plays the ball to Robbo, to Gravenberch now. His ball looking for Salah straight to Mielenko for Everton, who clears it. And again, Everton knock it forward. Canade's there. Fuck me! Do you know what Jermaine Pennant said about Canade and headers? He ain't wrong. He's the worst header of a football I've ever seen. Oh, honestly. He gave a chance to Everton there because he can't head the ball. I'm not even trying to be funny about it. That's fucking appalling for a professional footballer. He can't head a football. He just heads everything upwards instead of forwards. It's so fucking frustrating. Like, Woodman here was more composed with his head than Canade. Jones now. To Salah. Salah gets a lucky ricochet. Still has the ball. Wirtz. Gakpo. Rio. Strike. Blocked through the Pickford. Unlucky. Jones again dispossessed. Fuck me. Look, there we are again. Jones' space being attacked. Canade having to come across and cover. McNeil ball across the front of goal, and thankfully not one's there. This is not going to end well if we don't wake up. If we don't wake up, this game's going to get away from us. They're getting space time and time again in that right back position. And if Canade comes across, that's leaving space central. this point, I'd even be saying, if I'm Arna, I'd be putting Kirkes at left or right back if needs be. Something needs to happen at right back because we're getting rinsed. Stick on Kirkes, I don't care. Put a fullback on that knows what they're doing, because if Frimpong can't play, he shouldn't be on the bench. So something needs to happen at right back. Look at Jones again here. Going wandering, splitting the centre backs. (3-1) now to Forest in that game. A hat-trick for Morgan Gibbs-White. Canade has the Karius effect out on his feet. Canade. Back to Jones. Again, he goes out left side to Robertson. Throw into Everton. It's going to be a long last 11 minutes, lads. Looks like Jones is playing centre-back now, by the way. It looks like Jones is playing centre-back and Canade's come across to the right. Dwight McNeil coming off to be replaced by Tyreek George for Everton for the last 11 minutes plus stoppage time. Now Canada is back in his normal role. They just seem to be wandering all over the shop. Look at this. Look, nobody near him. 15 yards on the side of our box, Jones. Where the fuck are you? The state of that. Everton player, I think it's Tyreek George, pulls away deep. 10 yards, no one near him. Again, look, Virgil more concerned about jumping into players than winning the header. Szoboszlai now brings it away. Out to Rio. Back to Dom. Gravenberch. Gakpo. To Jones. Wirtz. Salah. Back inside to Szoboszlai. Gravenberch. Robertson. Out to Rio. Back to Dom. Edge of the box, looking for a bit of space. Gravenberch. Robertson. His cross is cleared away by Everton. Idrissa Gana Gueye now into Barry. Jones steps in to win that. Gravenberch. He's dispossessed. And then look at Jones out position again. Get back, you lazy fuck. Look at him standing there. He's still not running. Get back and defend. Fuck me. Jones loses the ball in the opposition half and stands there. Just stands there. Curtis Jones at right back is going to be horrible. It is. This has a late Everton winner written all over it to the Tachi. I'm not watching the Prem next season if Slot stays, said Christina. Or Christian, excuse me, Christian. My apologies, Christian. Fucking hell. Lads, Jones is doing my head in. Jones is playing well, mate. No, he's not. He's playing terribly. If you think Jones is playing well, you don't know what you're looking at. He's completely all over the place. He's out of position time and time again. Gives away the ball in the final third and stands there looking at it. Brian, how are we, mate? Appreciate you. Said, since Mo's goal, we've created nothing. Typical. I can't disagree, Brian. We've again scored one goal and then not at all tried to kill the game off. You'd have to say if you're thinking some team's going to win this game. Oh, here comes Frimpong now with 7 minutes to go. Wirtz coming off to be replaced by McAllister. And Gakpo coming off to be replaced by Frimpong, which will see Jones slip into midfield. Slot ball is exciting everyone. The owners think so. They must, I don't know what they're thinking, to be honest, mate, but here we go. Here comes the second change. With 6.5 minutes to go. I mean, even his changes are just too late. Everton players getting a bit of treatment now at the minute, so the game stopped. It's been another tough watch, hasn't it? Keane getting ready to come on here for Everton. Watch this fecker go and score the winner now. Watch. It's definitely, Cal, it's definitely been a season of tough watches, mate. Cannot disagree with you on that one whatsoever. This is the first season as a Liverpool fan I've really just not enjoyed watching us. I think that Branthwaite that's injured. He looks distraught. Branthwaite is in tears. I think he knows that's his hamstring gone, which, if it is, could be the World Cup. He's in tears. God bless him. Not had any luck with injuries, Jarrad Branthwaite. This season, you'd love to see right across European football, the amount of injuries this year just feels like every team is getting rinsed with injuries. Jin said, I actually can't keep doing this. Slot is a waster. Can't wait for the excuses post-match. There won't be excuses. There'll be delusion. I've seen some things I liked, some things I didn't like. I thought we were good at points in the game. That's what I expect after from him. So Robertson went off there as well. Another Liverpool change. These tactical decisions are a fireable offence on their own. The owners are derelict of duty not firing this fraud earlier, said Mr. Acentino. Slot out banners too much. I'm there now, said Declan. Mr. Acentino said, I dislike Arne Slot. Slot post-match, tough defence, we played well. That's what we're going to hear, Rich Baldy. That's what we're going to hear, mate. More waffle from him. Branthwaite going off with an injury. Got a feel for the young lad. I know we have our football rivalries and all, but never want to see a player going off injured and he's heartbroken. So here comes Michael Keane to replace Jarrad Branthwaite. Royston said, dislike Slot so much, I won't play fruit machines. Ryan said, Jones has never been good enough to play for Liverpool. No aspect of this game, if his game is good enough for a top Premier League club, mid-club player. Julio said, are you actually kidding me? Gakpo has played well and he takes him off. This coach is unserious. I can't watch this for another season. Yeah, there's definitely been some really, really suspect decision making, Julio. Slot is making me fall out of love with the game. Yeah, and you're not on your own. He's making me fall out of love with watching my own club. Sunderland have pulled one back against Villa, by the way. It's 3-2, I think now, is it? Or was it 3-all? Have they got a quick fire double? It is. It's 3-all in the Villa-Sunderland game. Which, again, if we were to get a finger out and win this game, would have pushed us back closer to Villa. But, of course, we don't capitalise on anybody. Thank you, mate. Appreciate you. There will be a good chunk of stoppage time, you'd imagine, at the end of this. So there's 2 minutes of normal time to go. But there will be a good chunk of additional time because of the injuries to both sides. Everton going direct with this free kick. They ping it diagonal. And thankfully, Tyreek George misjudges the header and it goes behind harmlessly for a goal kick. Brian said, and Jones still at right back. I know. Just make it make sense, please, Brian. All of it. I don't know what to say anymore. Like, even from the timing of the substitutions, what the fuck are you going to do with 6 minutes? Salah out to Rio. Come on, boys. Rio back inside the Salah. He's dispossessed. Cleared by Everton. Canada gets there first. Everton have the second ball. Miolenko. He goes long upfield. Am I slot in or slot out? Mate, I'm the president of the slot out club. So, yeah, very much slot out. But I wasn't always this way. This season has just turned me completely and there's no winning me back. So, yeah, I'm very much in the slot out camp. And how could you not be at this point? Like, what we're looking at is appalling. 11 minutes. 11 minutes added on at the end. 11 minutes. Slot will say anything. The pitch is too wet. The wind is blowing too much. Anything you can think of, he can say, or he will say, yep. Except, I'm sorry, or I got it wrong. You never hear those words out of his mouth. Gravenberch to Jones. I can't do this. Slot ball, said Gary. See, I want to pull you up on that, Gary. Because you know the way people are saying slot ball? I think that's wrong. Because that means there's some type of rationale to the style. I don't think even giving it a name like slot ball justifies quite how lack of any identity it has. Because whatever this is, I don't think it's anybody's intention, whether it's the manager or the players, but it's pathetic. So calling it slot ball, I think at least gives it an identity that the team doesn't have. So I would say whatever this is, it's just not good enough. But I wouldn't even give it a name because that at least implies that there is some rhyme or reason to it. This to me looks like, you know, when you see lads thrown together for a charity game or something, and they're kind of sorting it out on the pitch as it goes on. That's what this feels more like to me. It's just a group of players put together that don't really know what they're supposed to be doing. Again, ball goes out. Liverpool throw in. 2 of the 11 minutes gone, 9 to go. Wayne said tactics are outrageous, style of football is useless, and they want to give him another season. Nope, not for me. I won't be watching. You're not on your own, Wayne. Anybody who thinks this clown deserves another season, I don't know what to say to them. Whether that's Hughes, Edwards, FSG, my fellow Liverpool fans, I don't see anything to justify it. Let's even look at this game as a template. We get the breakthrough, and do we hang on again? Do we see it out? Do we go and stick a dagger in Everton's hearts and get the second goal? Nope. We concede after half-time yet again and never ever look likely to go and win the game. And that is just our season over and over again. We don't get stronger as the games go on. We get worse. We don't have a killer instinct to see a game out either. Oh, 4-3 Villa apparently in that game as well. Charity matches in the Sidemen charity match. No, I wouldn't put it in that category because at least the Sidemen's games are entertaining. And fans go away feeling like they, got value for the money that they spent. So no, I'd put the entertainment levels at the Sidemen charity match higher than this drivel. Jeez, now Woodman's limping around there a little bit. I think he clattered into Barry. 7 minutes left in this one. Fowler said there is no slot ball. It's boring ball. Picking Gakpo over Rio was criminal for young talent. Wonder what Rio thinks about this Joker slot. He thinks like the same as the rest of us probably, that he hopes he gets fired because there's just been nothing to this game. Nothing. Feels like we're just hanging on now, hoping we don't have the usual late capitulation. That's all I have left in me now, is the hope we somehow leave here with the point. Throw into Liverpool halfway inside the Everton half. We wouldn't even last in the Conference League, said Harry Jockins. Or Harry Jockins, excuse me, Harry, my apologies. The cheeks that had to critique other teams' style. No, what gets me, Declan, mate, is when he starts talking about his footballing philosophies and principles, as if he has any. Slot feels like that lad that got a job through bullshitting on his CV and throwing in buzzwords, and somebody just falling for all the jargon and thinking, oh yeah, this makes sense. This guy must be good. Honestly, this is just simply appalling. They have no urgency to try and nick a goal. Nothing. This has become so bad. Even look at the psychology of the substitutions. Nothing feels optimistic about it or forceful. Rio, come on, Rio. His ball across field straight to Everton player. I think it was Tyreek George. Now Everton have it in the right back position. They go up the line, but Virgil reads that, plays the ball straight back to them though. Hurts to know Slot ain't getting sacked. Look, mate, I don't know if he ain't getting sacked or not, but all we can do as fans is make our feelings clear. After that, it's kind of out of our hands. Slot defo fine with a draw here, no urgency, said the guy. Salah. Soboslai, back to Salah. Come on, Mo. Salah, the Gravenberch. Rio. Oh. Unlucky. It was a lovely dummy in there. Balls played across. Lovely dummy. Sees it go through to Rio and you're thinking this is it. Bend it into that far corner. But unfortunately for the young man, he's leaning back and it goes high. It was a lovely ball. Played in a little dummy by Kirkes, gives him the chance to shoot. He just can't keep the shot down. Unlucky. Me smoke too. Great commentary today, Craig. Thank you, Bradley. I'm going to need lots of that tonight to get my head around this garbage again. Three minutes left of stoppage time in this Merseyside derby. 1-1 as things stand. I thought Newcastle repeat, said Suleiman. I think we all did there for a second, mate, because it had all the factors, didn't it? It had the dummy, like you said. I thought the same when the ball dropped to him there. This is his Newcastle moment 2.0. Irish boy, appreciate you, mate. Thank you for your kind words. Mark saying there in the chat, it's 4-1 to Forest now. Jones out to Kirkes. Rio. Back to Szoboszlai. McAllister. Szoboszlai. Strike. Deflection. Goes behind for a corner to Liverpool. 2 minutes to go. Nettie said, time wasting against Everton. What a new low. Well, we have a chance to pinch this here at the end. Inside the final 2 minutes of stoppage time. Corner to Liverpool. Time to write your name in the record books, boys. Come on. Because he's injured, mate, is the answer. He's injured now for 9 months with an Achilles rupture. Yeah, I think our timer's gone off. Sorry, it's gone past the 11 minutes. So I'll keep you up to date. Cross in. Goal! It's won! The derby's won! It's Virgil! Whoop whoop! Gets in! 2-1. There we are. That's the moment. 2-1. Game, set and match. Go on, Virgil. There you go. That's how you win a derby. Right at the death. Gets in. Everton players heartbroken. Whoop whoop. Come on. 2-1. There you go. There you go. Come on, boys. There we go. That's how you win a derby. Right at the death. Love it. Go on, Virg. Szoboszlai with the corner in. Virg just wants it more. Tarkowski's grabbing out of him. Other players are grabbing out of him. Look. But he still manages to get away from his man. Get the header. Pass Pickford into the net. And it's 2-1 and the Reds have won the derby. Gets in. Look at that from our captain. Proper fight there. Proper fight. That'll do. Gets in. Do you know what? We need a little bit of Newland there, don't we? You don't blame on the sunshine. You don't blame on the moonlight. You don't blame on the good times. Blame it on the boogie. Go on. Come on, boys. I just can't control my feet. Gets in. El Capitano. There we go. Right, see it out now. Nothing stupid. That's it. That'll be a yellow card. Foul on Jones. Free kick Liverpool inside our own half. We're 12 minutes of the 11 minutes. Gets in. Blue and white chai, blue and white chai. Hello, 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 hello. Blue and white chai, blue and white chai. Hello, hello. Delighted for those travelling fans. They've had very little to get excited about this season, but that will send them off into the Sunday night in great form. He's a centre half. He's a number 4. Watch him defend and we watch him score. That's the full whistle, full-time whistle, I should say, ladies and gents. It finishes in the derby. Everton 1, Liverpool 2. That'll do. It wasn't vintage, but a win is a win is a win in the derby, like we said. We'll take it, we'll move on. It finishes at the Hill Dickinson. Everton 1, Liverpool 2. Finally, we've got something to be happy about, ladies and gents. A late winner from our captain, Virgil van Dijk, sees the Reds get the job done. We'll be back in 60 seconds with our match reaction. We don't deserve the win, absolutely shocking, said Malty. I don't care, respectfully. I don't care. It's a derby win, whether you deserve it or not. I don't care. We won the game, and I'm going to enjoy it. Ladies and gents, we'll see you in 60 seconds for the match reaction. Again, the Reds have won the derby by 2-1. A result that pulls us miles clear with Chelsea and the chasing pack. Champions League football but looks all but in our own hands at this point. So we'll see you in 60 seconds. Bye.